Yeah, I was born blind, I could not see, thoughtless, not free. Doctors on the scene with poisonous fists, they call it the vaccine. And if you ain't asleep, you know exactly what I mean. If my mama really knew, she would breach the roof. I just hope she knows the baby only seeks the truth. I learned not to trust the system or the institute, and I feel I need to get that knowledge into you. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. In school I was taught lessons, a young truther asking questions, while all these other motherfuckers guessing. Elementary just wasn't meant for me. Y'all keep your fake history, the shit is not a mystery. That it's all lies, and if all lies would open wide and see in 2020 vision be nowhere to hide. It's so clear as a clear blue sky that we never see anymore, just trails pass by. And remember the conspiracy theorist said it's a lie. They're spraying chemicals in the air, but you still deny. So how can I get you to see anything if you're blind? Like the moon landing's fake, NASA lies all the time, and government officials are just the elite puppets. I'ma probably get murdered for saying all the shit, fuck it. Tired of this world anyway, getting bleaker by the day. Sheep will keep sleeping, truth seeker, I'm away. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, we see way too far. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, all of NASA's pictures of Earth are fake. They're all fake. Yeah, I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. We can't get to the moon today, never mind 60 years later. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers.
We're living in the Twilight Zone. We're living in the Twilight Zone. These crazy days that we live in just cause me aches and pains. Lately my life is like a season of Stranger Things. This place is flooded with demons and they invade your brains. This is an artificial hell and they create the flames. Day to day I just try to stay strong and make it through. Wake people up from their slumber, that's what I came to do. Please don't believe what you see on TV and think it's true. It's all just targeted programming and it's aimed at you. It's everywhere, you're getting lied to and yet you barely care. People with common sense are now very rare. But the way that they brainwash you isn't very fair. They can shove that mind control programming up their derriere. I do not consent to the way they tailor society. Ain't no variety. Plus I really hate when they lie to me. I use music as a tool to release the anger inside of me. You don't know how fucking crazy it's driving me. That we're living in the Twilight Zone. They claim you have freedom but they don't honor it. The world is a prison and you're the occupant. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The government's useless and they're incompetent. And satanic pedophiles are prominent. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The things that you believe are the total opposite. And being called crazy is just a compliment. We're living in the Twilight Zone. It's ran by the New World Order conglomerate. But there's a storm coming and there's no stopping it. We're living in the Twilight Zone. It's where we live in, control you through fear and terrorism. They wanna keep you in a mental prison where they tell you vision through the television. Where the ignorance is bliss and they just keep you living in it. You're a business, getting us citizenship. What did you really think that your birth certificate is? Get the straw man on. Money isn't paid, it's all a banknote. It's only a bill exchange when you pay that loan. Like a monopoly game, but you can't pass go. When you turn on the TV all day, you get politically entertainment. The news that you see is all suggested. Lower brain frequencies contribute to our stress. And you're responding, telling me that we're free living in this country. Military overseas and it's all for our peace. Just a record on repeat from the programming. Like Polly want a cracker. Put you through education for domestication, control the mind faster. Giving you medication to poison our masses. If you ever question what's coming from our masters. And
you're rocking the boat, or you're ever having any thoughts of your own, you better hope you never caught walking alone, to be blocked up a road off by the echo. Got your life looking like a sci-fi show, brain scrambling when the Wi-Fi's on, airplane mode when I buy my phone, if your eyes wide closed.
We're living in the Twilight Zone. They claim you have freedom, but they don't honor it. The world is a prison and you're the occupant. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The government's useless and they're incompetent, and satanic pedophiles are prominent. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The things that you believe are the total opposite, and being called crazy is just a compliment. We're living in the Twilight Zone. It's ran by the New World Order conglomerate, but there's a storm coming and there's no stopping it. We're living in the Twilight Zone. I ask myself, why do I even bother? Cause people are just like sheep that are lining up for the slaughter. If they're killing rats with fluoride, then why is it in the water? They're using the news to fool us, divide us so they can conquer. The longer you stay asleep, then the longer I'm gonna scream at you. I can't believe you let them deceive you, it's inconceivable. I won't stop until you wake up and do what you need to do. This world is overran with an evil that is unspeakable. Most people don't know, so they just vote and pay taxes. The devil's hiding in the shadows and controlling their actions, and they think that the earth is a spinning globe on its axis. But I don't have any time to devote to this madness. I have nobody to relate to, so I ride alone. Just me and all these wild thoughts that are inside my dome. I feel like I don't belong here and I can't find my home. I'm tripping and I'm wishing it was different, but we're living in the Twilight Zone. They claim you have freedom, but they don't honor it. The world is a prison and you're the occupant. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The government's useless and they're incompetent, and satanic pedophiles are prominent. We're living in the Twilight Zone. The things that you believe are the total opposite, and being called crazy is just a compliment. We're living in the Twilight Zone. It's ran by the New World Order conglomerate, but there's a storm coming and there's no stopping it. We're living in the Twilight Zone.
And there's nowhere that we can go. Awaken now, I'm feeling all alone.
We're living in the
Twilight Zone. And the rest that remain asleep, sedated and still thinking that we're free.
We're living in the
Twilight Zone. And there's nowhere that we can go. Awaken now, I'm feeling all alone.
We're living in the
Twilight Zone. And the rest that remain asleep, sedated and still thinking that we're free.
We're living in the
Twilight Zone.
What's up, guys? I got Shapu here with me tonight again, and I just saw Steve in the chat. Steve, I'm going to send you the link if you want to join. You are more than welcome to. So let me send this to you real quick. Let's see, we got some more people gathering in. We're up to 42 people now. That's why I play 2 songs now, guys, because, you know, I like to get straight into it, and I like as many people to be here as possible before I get started. So let me forward this over to Steve.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Steve.
So how's it going, Shapu? You got a lot of snow up there?
No, not that much, but it snowed a little bit today. But,
that's cool. We got a shit ton of rain here. It was crazy rain, yeah. And now it's all headed up north towards my sister. They're getting all the rain now up in Philly and everything. Thank God we really haven't had any snow here. We do every once in a great while get hit with some snow, but it usually melts away pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't miss snow at all, really. Oh.
Mine, I have to love it. So
yeah, you have to love it where you're at. I'll hop on in about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, Steve, shoot me a text when you're backstage because I'm going to probably be deep into a screen share by then. All right, guys. I see some people here I want to say hi to. What's up, Dean? What's up? Juan's in the house. Natalie's here. Realize. Of course, we have Steve JMO. I saw DJ up in here too. Three Fingers is here. Ruckus. DN. It's a new name. AS is here. Orez is in the house. What's up, Orez? Lucid Paralysis. I don't recognize that name. Anne's in the house. What's up, girl? Mary's here. London's here. We got 46 people. All right. So, all right, let's get straight into it. Let me get this comment off the screen real quick because I don't want to leave that up accidentally while we're screen share. Okay, so we've come upon some new information, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due when we get to that part. I've shown many videos now on Vesuvius and other volcanoes, or what they tell us are volcanoes, having very interesting structures in and around their features. So Vesuvius, when you look inside it, you can see brick wall, brick lines. I've also found a statue head, what seems to be a statue head, and everybody that I've had look at this thing agrees it's a statue head of some kind embedded into the wall of Vesuvius. What would a statue head be doing embedded in a wall of a supposed volcano? I'm trying to prove this thing is a building, and then I come upon this melted sculpture head in the side of Vesuvius. Well, it makes sense if it's a building, it had sculptures. All their buildings had sculptures. We can still see them all over their buildings today that survived the X Factor event. And I do feel that the X Factor event is includes the mud flood itself. The mud flood is a direct result of this X Factor event taking place. So I've looked at Vesuvius. I've looked at the Icelandic volcano. I showed the video, took you guys inside the Icelandic volcano. Aragashima in Japan. We've looked at a few other ones. And I'm also going to go over all that information again. I'm going to be skimming through it so everybody's on the same page. There is one volcano that I haven't checked out yet, and Shapu has checked it out himself, and he's come up with some interesting ideas about Mount St. Helens, and we're going to check out some of that stuff to see if we can see any inclinations that see anything that will give us an inclination that this may have been an actual building and not a volcano. Why are they so hell-bent on convincing us that these things are actually volcanoes with thermodynamics and tectonic plates and all this stuff and lava flows? Well, it's for the same reason they want to convince you that space exists. The solar system, all the planets with all their narratives behind it, the mainstream textbook, science book, explanations for these things, people who have based their whole careers on something that doesn't even exist, astrophysics and space science and all this stuff that people have careers in, all this stuff, even building the space shuttle, rocket technology and everything like that. They'll actually shoot off a thing called a space shuttle that they send up with crowds of people around to watch, to convince you, the public, that space is real, and they're actually sending people up there. They'll do that every day, all day long. Is it that much of a stretch to think that they would continue the lie of volcanoes in order to further cover up things that are still maybe being found, and to also convince us that these things are actually volcanoes that go off periodically? Because they couldn't tell us that all these things are volcanoes, but they're all sitting around dormant doing nothing. To make them look real and to go with their narrative, they would have to pop them off. So, Shapu, we're going to get into Mount St. Helens. Are you ready for a screen share? I see. Yep, you are. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and one other thing is that in science fairs in schools, every time you see someone having some kind of volcano or something like that. So
yes. Yep.
So everybody know probably about Mount St. Helens that was erupted in 1980. It was here they say it was the most destructive eruption in modern U.S. history. It killed 57 people.
Mm-hmm.
So there's much more things that are much more dangerous than these volcanoes, So, but gonna look at it. This is, can you see? Yeah, you see
Yeah,
it.
we got it.
This is what it's supposed to look like before 1980. It was just like a mountain.
Very Tower of Babel-ish.
Yeah. Like the thumbnail that you had.
And
Exactly.
you know what's a flat top like that too is Herodium in Israel. Herodium is supposedly a fortress, a man-made fortress. They admit that whole mound and everything in it is man-made. If it was more destroyed, they probably would have said it was a dormant volcano.
Yeah, they show that. They show a picture here on the. I'll show you right now here. Look, this is in 75 before the eruption. How flat it is on top.
Wow.
No, but something happened, and we're gonna show you later probably what they did. So this is what they show us. They never show any lava flow or anything, only mud flow. And this guy was studying this Mount St. Helens, and he died the day in 1980. I don't know what he was doing there, but what he was doing probably caused the eruption, and he got caught in it.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah. But what I want to show, and they always have, looks like they always there at the right time. Like they knew already that.
Yeah, you even said that the cameras were there on time. They captured the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a video.
Like as if they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, you can go see a video of it. I don't know if I have it prepared, but because it's USGS, I don't want to get.
Okay, so Mount St. Helens, and I don't know if we're going to see it here when the north face of it, I think it's the north face of it, explodes out, and then you have the landslide and all that ash billowing out.
Yeah, that's the video of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is your building ash mud flow that flowed down over everything and covers everything up.
This is just the site, but I wanted to show you. Look, they say this guy, Leonard Palmer, was on top collecting sample between the eruptions. Why would you go there between eruptions,
Exactly. Yeah, that's not something you're going to go, you don't know what this thing's going to do unless you do know exactly what this thing's going to do.
Yeah, exactly. With his small bags of, I don't know what.
His little sample bags. Yeah. Make it look legit.
And they show us in 1980 always these black and white grainy pictures.
Like the moon.
Every time. But now they have a picture in color. This is later, after another eruption. But what I want to show is that this is the damage that it did. The only damage that this volcano did was ashfall and mudslides.
That's right, guys. Ashfall and mudslides.
No lava. Because, I don't know, lava is another thing on itself.
Well, we'll get to that, though, in the explanation of what's going on with these things. Look at that mud flood right there.
It's only mud. That could harden and become rock because it's all rock.
Yeah, or they can still dig it out, kind of like how Sodom and Gomorrah looks, like very pumicey like and crumbly.
And you see this, and they tell you, and if you don't look at pictures and only read the story, that it was covered. This is just below the Mount St. Helens, but it's not covered at all. You can still see the trees. The trees are knocked down because maybe of the flow that flowed, but afterwards, it's not that thick here.
Right.
Maybe in the valleys where the mud would gather.
Yeah, then it would be higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a bowl.
Look, it is. It's only, this is what we see like everywhere where there's mud flows, like rivers or tsunamis.
Don't they call them laharas or something? A lahara? Mud flow? I forget.
I'm not sure.
It's like a river of mud.
Yep. Okay, I didn't know that. But is it in this one I wanted to show you? Look, this is the ash fall, covered by ash a little bit. But when you look at the movies they did, it looks worse than it probably were. You know, I wasn't there. I don't know, but from the look of it,
it's so creepy seeing people with masks on. You know, it's like everywhere we go, every site, no matter what time frame we're at, there seems to be always somebody with masks on somewhere in the picture.
Yes,
it's freaking me out.
The army was there before, but I think I don't have the right what I wanted to show. No. So
That's okay. Take your time.
They were cleaning up the streets with these
street cleaners.
Yeah.
So the military was there before it went off?
Yeah, I think it's in this one. Yep.
That figures. The military was flying around Vesuvius before it went off.
Or maybe it's in my pictures. Yeah, I think it's in my pictures. I'll just bring up my pictures.
Yeah, that seems good.
So what I found really, this is one side of it, the side that fell off, but looks like there's another eruption on the other mount. I think it's, what's it called?
I'm going to go really big with this picture. Hold on a second, Chapu. Let's go big. All right, there we go.
Don't remember the name.
Yeah, look at that. What's that over there?
That's the other mountain that is close to it. Mount. Can't remember.
Is it Rainier?
Rainier, right?
Okay. Yeah, Mount Rainier.
So they popped Mount Rainier, but nobody talks about it.
Yeah, that's crazy looking.
Yeah, it looks like another same thing as this.
Huh.
I found really interesting. There's two. And again, they are right there in the air while it goes off.
Yeah, zoom in on this.
And
wow.
Yeah, so this is the big ash fall. But look at the flow is, you cannot see really, but in the video, if I had it, you can go see it. It's really easy to find. But one other interest.
You told me something very interesting about Mount St. Helens, something that's going on underneath of it.
Yes, but where there's a big cave system underneath.
Big cave system underneath. And does that cave system have anything that resembles brick?
Yes.
Imagine that. We're trying to tell people that these things are actually melted buildings that they want us to think are active volcanoes. And this thing has cave system underneath of it with brick.
You can see just still hot in the same picture that I showed earlier. But look, this is what they had in the streets of the town nearby.
Hell is that thing?
I don't know. What is it doing there?
What is that? Is that a missile? Is an F-16?
Yes, it's an F-16.
Interesting. Well, you're going to need an F-16 when you know you're ready to pop your volcano. Boom, baby.
And the military assessing the situation already there with helicopters and I don't know what else. So this is what they tell you. This is what it looks like before and the day after.
Interesting. Let's zoom in on the day after one. Can we go in there a little bit?
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of interesting stuff and angles and stuff in there.
better pictures of it. But one that's interesting, this is right after the eruption. And I showed you this one. Look, this looks like it's a carpet bombing. When you see like in Laos and other places where they drop bombs.
Oh, yeah.
It looks exactly like this.
And we have all kinds of evidence, guys, that they've been bombing volcanoes. We're going to show it all to you tonight.
This is supposed to be right after the eruption. Shouldn't this be filled with the flow of mud? You know? Maybe they say they wanted to stop the mud by blowing. I don't. It's impossible. And again, another view from the same.
See, listen, Shapu, they have to have a backstory for bombing these things. Okay, so they give us the backstory that they're trying to create to
divert the flow,
control lava flows or mud flows or stuff like that. Because there's also pictures of people finding old bombs embedded into these things and stuff that haven't exploded.
Yeah.
So you have to have a narrative to cover your tracks.
Yeah. So this picture said it's soon after the eruption, so it's soon after, and there's still these craters everywhere, and the flow you can see that went this way. So found it pretty interesting that they're not filled.
Yeah, they should have been filled over.
And again, a closer look, but here this helicopter and this guy, one of these craters around.
We got 70 people here.
Nice. And this, you know what we're going to talk about later? This is what you can go see a video about of this popping out.
It's growing, right?
It's growing, yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about how that happens. We're going to talk about what they're doing and possibly how they're popping these things off and triggering it.
You never see lava. There's no lava. Because lava it's not flowing in underground tubes and other other things like that. Like you can see it. They call it a dome.
You know, if they start packing thermite into these things that we're going to talk about, they could very well create something that looks like a lava flow. They did it on, 911 with the, the two towers.
You can see now that they're trying maybe to remove or make it explode again, but this is the picture on the top of it. And I have a comparison of before and after.
Wow.
Before that, it never erupted.
So, they can decide how big of a massive explosion they want, if they want it to be relatively small or blow off the side of it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, look, it's erupting.
and it's only erupting on one way. You can, and the other side is untouched. This is what this is supposed to be what it looked like before.
Wow.
Just only at the top, the flat top, but with
an opening,
yeah.
And it was pretty much covered in snow.
Yeah. Always. Like you see this caldera with another plume. I don't know what they call this part inside of it. They gave it a name, but it's not really. So this is a top view of the flow. This is the damage of the flow.
Yep, and see, right, this is what we're talking about with mud flood stuff. Even that these buildings. Now, this is just an example. There are other buildings that had melted down during other X Factor events, even that have flowed in over stuff and covered stuff up. But that seems to be what's going on. Is that mostly it's building ash mixed with water.
What I found interesting is that there is no town around this place. It was only like shacks in the woods and things like that. But when you hear the story, it looks like it that ravaged a town, but it didn't. again, before the eruption.
Wow.
Maybe they tried their test before. I don't know.
Yeah. 2 crater holes right there.
Yeah. Right now you can see. Look, it's someone in a plane while it's erupting.
Yeah. As soon as it's erupting, it looks like.
Sorry.
All right, let's just stop it right there. This has to be as soon as it's erupting. Go back to that picture.
Sorry.
Because the ash cloud is not up in the sky.
No.
So there's that, guys. Okay. So we're saying that they plan these things. They pop them off. They know when they're going off. We have pictures of them before, during, and after around these things. This is to further the lie, the geological lie of volcanism and these types of things. If you think that's a stretch, well, then you think it's a stretch. I don't know what to tell you. But like I said, look at what they're doing to fake space and the globe all day long, every day, making textbooks up with all these narratives to teach us and our children all this fucking nonsense.
Yeah, they were ready.
Oh, wow. Look at this. And a lot of these, okay, volcanoes, you see a lot of red clay and iron around them. And you can see that here as well. They always tell us that sulfur is involved in these volcanoes. We're going to explain the sulfur tonight.
Yeah. And this is an eye-up view of it now.
Wow. So what we're saying, guys, is that these volcanoes, or what they're calling volcanoes, were probably some type of a massive tower building. What the functionality of these towers were, I don't know. If you go by the depiction of the Tower of Babel, it looks like it's producing clouds. Or they say, oh, well, it's so high up, it's up in the clouds. But there are many times where they're showing smoke coming out of this thing. Okay? Just like what we see today, but they're calling them volcanoes.
Yeah. And just want to show you what it looks like today. No, there's no town. There was never like a town near even.
Right.
Yeah. This is what really gets to me when I've heard of this story, but never really looked into it. I've seen movies from Hollywood.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of people asked me to look into Mount St. Helens. I just hadn't gotten to it. You know, things happen and you kind of forget about it. But when you told me you were looking into it, and you have the cave system underneath with... I'm
going to go into it right now.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome to see these pics. Because I've shown structure at the bottom of Vesuvius, in the middle of Vesuvius, and on the very top of Vesuvius, and inside Vesuvius.
So the place it's called 8 Caves.
8 caves, and this is at Mount St. Helens.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we see.
I think they call it because of Bigfoot sightings of something like that.
All right.
So this is where the first entrance to this cave.
All right, let's zoom in. What do we got here? Okay, let's just look at the archway here as you're going down the steps here. It looks a lot of right angles, and I see a lot of maroon.
I'll give you a better pic. Yeah, I'll give you a better pic.
Yeah, that looks like an archway.
Yeah. And you can see that these parts that are falling off from the top.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see, well, when you get inside.
Oh, my God. Look at this, guys.
This is just the inside part. And you can see that this
looks just like the Icelandic volcano when you go inside that.
Yeah.
We're going to look at all that stuff coming up, guys.
Wait. Look at this.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me right now? Look at that floor. Is that Pompeii? Is that melted brick? Bricks going black. They melt into each other and create bigger blocks.
Stairs all
Look
the
at this,
way.
guys.
Like some kind of a wall there.
Yep, it's a melted building for sure.
And
that's right, Mark.
The wall.
Boom, baby. Look at the wall coming down the steps, guys. It doesn't get any better than that.
This
is an advanced class. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, you need to watch our old videos and then come back to this.
This is under Mount St. Helens. So.
under Mount St. Helens, guys, and we see this kind of stuff all over Vesuvius. I've shown the pictures, and we're going to look at them again with the burnt out buildings on the side of Vesuvius.
Again,
wow.
These steps. Look, this is the entryway I was just showing you. And they got these steps.
Oh, it's amazing, Chaput. This is really good stuff.
Don't even know what else to call them because they are steps, and you can see the stones that were bricks because I got a money shot coming.
Oh, even that's a money shot right there. Look at this. Look at all the right angles, guys. Come on, what are they going to tell you? This is a lava tube. Give me a break. Oh, wait, are these windbreakers? People are stacking stones down here. That's what it is, because they're just so perfectly right angled to stack up. Oh, wait till we get to Mauna Loa, guys.
But this is the wall in one of the in the cave.
Look at that. Boom, baby. There is some fucking gray cooked out bricks right there. I love it. You see the same thing in Iceland when I bring my pictures up. Oh, you're going to shit a brick.
You really see that this is brick?
It's brick all day long. I love it. That whole thing is brick going all the way around the curve there to the other side. It's just melted.
Oh, yeah. Just crazy.
That's excellent. I don't know how they can't see it.
Look
at that. Again, melted rows of brick.
Yeah. Look how viscous it was.
Oh, my God. Look at this thing. It was bubbling, got all wavy and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that's extreme heat right there.
And this is another entryway. That's pretty
Look at this. It's like a perfect circle almost, like a sewage drain or something.
Yes. Looks like a sewage drain, like you said. There's bricks. This is the inside of it. Look at the straight lines here.
Oh, it's just a lava tube.
Yeah, it's a lava tube. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a drainage.
It looked like a drainage thing. Yeah, exactly. And there's the things on the side. You could probably walk down it like we have today where there's big drainage systems and have walkways on one or both sides of it.
Yeah. As you can see, there's this place inside. You can see.
Now, go back to that rock. Go back to that rock that you just showed right there. I don't know if Ceiling Fan Man's been to this place or not, but I remember seeing this picture. They call it something. It's like hanging rock or something because it's just, but what it is it's some part of the building that melted and got stuck right there. Okay, guys? You can even see if you look closely what looks like a brick pattern, but it looks like it's, right there, Chaput, up and down, all right there. See the lines? Yeah. You could tell that it was a brick pattern.
Yeah. But as you can see here, all the sides of this place.
Ian says, is it hot enough to melt steel, like a steel tower? Well, I don't know if they had steel in these towers or not, but they definitely had brick, and it was definitely hot enough to melt brick. And that's over 3,000 degrees. And I'm going to show you, if you haven't seen it yet, exactly what melted brick looks like as soon as we get to those pictures.
So this is just a round.
Look at that. That is just like what we saw on the overhanging rock that we were just pointing at. See these curved parallel lines? These are melted brick lines, guys. They're not pickaxe marks.
What you're just laying around this place.
You can see it with structure. You can see it. It's like a ruin, like what they call ruins in Pompeii.
Another hole to get in.
Wow.
There's old everywhere, I guess.
It makes sense they would want to blow this thing up and probably cover up more of the stuff. Maybe people were going in and look at this, hiking around this area and starting to see this stuff.
Yeah. Probably just was all a brick street everywhere. And
1980 is way before high definition cameras came out, guys. They know this technology is coming out and different things, and they want to make sure they cover up their tracks as much as they can.
But I want to show.
Wow. Go back to that field of boulders. It's like a field of bricks. So it's like a field of melted bricks. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, this place is crazy. Look at the flow.
Yeah, you can see it.
Cash flow, and you can see here a remnant of a red brick and a yellow brick, just like I found everywhere on the side of my river.
Yeah, everywhere. I got them out back my house. The ones I was showing the other night on our show are from just out back my house.
Yep. Another hole. Look, there's some kind of a small arch with bricks here.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
This part here. But I'll go back inside. Look again.
OMG, look at this thing.
Can clearly see what we showed on the last show with the heat covering, covering the bricks.
Yes, that layer of I have it right here on my stone too. So when we showed the little pieces of melted brick that we had, there was a part of it that was black and bubbled up on it, a layer of it. And that's what you're seeing here on this as well.
Yeah. You can see it was all viscous and melted. Look.
Oh, you can see it swirling around and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if they swirled only halfway around, it would look like a semicircle, and they tell you they're pickaxe marks.
Yeah. Again,
Heat has a heat signature to it, and when you see it within these bricks and walls when they start getting heated up like that and things start sliding around. Look at all the iron in there. Go back to that picture. Look at all the iron in there, guys. See all the red? That's iron.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want to show you.
Well, look at that one bubbled up right there in front of her that she's standing there.
I think it's the same one that I showed earlier. But I want you to see this one. No, this is another rock, like stalagmite. It is going to make stalagmite.
Yeah, it's dripping. It's mid drip. Dripification.
That's the entryway again. But
look at all the red up in there. See it in the arch part?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to show like the tubes, not the tubes here. They have to make it in an inventory of the USDA.
Oh, yeah, they got to put their stamp on it. We've been here. This is what we say it is, and here's our stamp of approval.
Yeah.
They have one of those up on Mauna Loa, too.
Yeah, they have one here close to here to make.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah, you can clearly see that.
Look at the brick on the floor, on the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this place
cooked out brick floor there.
Yeah. It's pretty large too.
Look at how perfectly straight it is, and it's just wow. You're inside a melted building, guys.
Yeah, because they don't say anywhere in this that they carve or they made a mine out of it. No, just a cave.
It's just a cave. They're not calling it a lava tube on this one.
No, I didn't.
That
see
picture
anything.
right there. I think Ceiling Fan Man had told me he'd been to this place before a while ago, and yeah, I remember that.
Is he in the chat? No. I don't think so.
So this is at Mount St. Helens, guys. This is incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at how vast it is, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. You could probably drive a fucking truck through there.
You can see all these straight lines going.
Straight parallel lines, yeah.
And like I said, there's more than one entrance to this place. And here,
scroll back up to the ceiling real quick on this one. In the upper left-hand corner, it looks very bricky. Over to the left. Yeah, right up there. The gray matter up top. Yeah, right all there. It looks very like bricky to me.
Yeah. And it's drippy a lot too. But what I want to show you is this part. I have another picture, and you can clearly see that these are again steps of some kind, like the entrance that I showed. This block I don't know what it is.
What is that doing there? I've seen that in other melted buildings, like the slate mine that these urban explorers went to, where they were finding like this kind of brick building stuff within the slate mine cave and stuff like that. Like I have a whole video about it. They're even shocked to see it.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, and it's much bigger than this.
Yeah. But there were some that were that size too.
Let's see a remnant of a brick, melted brick.
These are awesome pics. 80 people here now.
Nice.
Wow. All right, let's zoom in on the right-hand side of the wall. The right-hand side of the wall on the lower part. Go down a little towards the floor. Right there. See these heat striations on the wall? They're kind of going sideways. Yeah, right there. They're not pickaxe marks, guys. I'm just saying. Because you'll see in a lot of these places where they tell you people carved out these things that they're pickaxe marks. Like Darren Kuyu or Cappadocia.
Nope, they are heat striations.
Look at how massive this place is.
Yes.
That's so cool.
So
Look at these
much.
brick layers.
You can even see on the top.
So the brick, as you can see, like if this would have been a brick archway, the bricks melt into each other and form bigger blocks, guys.
Yeah.
Some people can't wrap their head around that, but you just got to keep watching the videos and looking at the comparison of the videos where you see brick and then you see two bricks that become one, and then you have a big block next to it.
Yeah. And you can see like these sidewalks.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
it's like a perfect floor too.
yeah.
Just all bubbled up.
You remember, like in Pompeii, you
The
showed sidewalks.
with the molding, yeah.
Just
We're
look
gonna
like,
we're gonna look at Pompeii. We're going there today. Yep. It's gonna be a long show, guys. We got a lot of tabs open. Wow. Look at that, dude. That looks just like some of the parts of the wall in that that Russian fort that had supposed napalm accident.
yes.
And look at the brick layers.
Yeah. Still see the straight lines there.
Yep. You can even see some indentations of brick in there. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Once you've looked at this stuff enough and studied it and understand what this heat damage does to this stuff and the pressure of the building squishing down on itself at the same time, you better understand what you're looking at. And they're calling them mineral layers. Geologists need to be fired. Volcanologists, fired. Archaeologists, fired. Historians, fired. Just saying. 88 people here now. Welcome, everybody. What do we got? Melted steps here? Definitely melted steps for sure.
Yes, the same place.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah. Just a nice place.
You got about you got more pictures to keep going through, right? Because I got to pee real quick. I'm going to let you keep going.
Yeah, maybe like 10.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. And here you can see then the floor. You can see like these straight lines again everywhere in this place is just amazing. And I think you can see that this was some kind of a wall, so straight and flat. Again, Jen's missing this, but I can see like these blocks. They were brick melted together to create these what they call megalithic blocks, but there's no such things. Oh, no wonder they can't figure out how they made it and how they moved it, because they just built it in place and now it's one piece. But it wasn't when they made it. Again, this hanging rock. This is just another entrance, and you can see that the layer of melt just fell off, exposing some bricks. But they're obviously melted together, but you can still see some shapes of it. Here, blocks. You can still see like straight line here. Maybe like the stucco.
Oh yeah, it looks like either something rock curtained over it, or it may have been some kind of, I don't know if it's plaster or not, that would have survived that heat. It might be a rock curtain.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. It was the melt covered it, or
Right.
it was plaster. But when I saw this straight line here,
Or, there's this other guy, I mean, Paul Cook, I think his name is, who talks about some places they may cover stuff up with cement, like to try to hide it, make it, and those kind of like resemble rock curtains and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put anything past these people to hide stuff.
myself, they did it here at the Parliament in Ottawa.
Right.
And, yeah, the wall, I think maybe last year or 2 years ago, Steve showed it on your show.
Hey, when you're trying to hide the truth, they're going to stick whatever they can over it or blow it up however they can.
You know what they say, why they do it?
Why?
The rock falls.
Oh, the rock falls. Yeah, right. They did that with Aragashima. I can never say that word. The island in Japan, with that meshing over the island, saying it was for landslides, where we were saying how it just looks like the building melted into itself.
They poured concrete over it to hide something, but they say...
Yeah, that's what I said. It's either it is for landslides or they're hiding something.
Yeah, they're both. Some are real rock curtains, but some are not.
Right.
So they play with.
But the gist of it is, at the end of the day, is they're hiding something, the truth in some form or fashion. They'll tell you a rock curtain took millions of years and all this stuff like that in caves and everything.
Yeah, this block here.
Oh, look at that. That's a wall. Look at this. This is a tunnel system.
Yep.
This is the same kind of stuff that you're going to find in the Grand Canyon if people were in there, but they don't let people in there because you're going to find the same kind of stuff in there. You'll even find brick tunnels that are still brick.
This is what I was saying. I don't know.
Oh, God, that's definitely steps. Yeah.
Here, it's rounded.
Wow. If people still want to buy the lie that these are really volcanoes and whatever, that's fine with me. I ain't buying that lie anymore, even if it's on sale. No, thank you. No bueno.
No, thank you.
Wow. Just wow. Look at this. Yeah. Look at these parallel lines, guys. Wow.
Oh, looks like a brick.
It does. It looks like a brick there and a few other ones with it.
Yeah. And I think this is another entrance.
Anybody's late to class, you're going to have to stay after.
Same entrance and the start. And again, just I put the best stuff in first, but here you can see the same type of rock curtain.
Mm-hmm.
These blocks here, you can see that some fell off, exposing like the red bricks.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason why everything looks melted, because it was. It was melted. Look at the steps.
If you think that they put the steps in, but look, it's one piece.
Yeah.
All this, so nobody put it there. It was already there. It's all one piece. You can see here. And again, the picture display is so nice. It's not nice because it's...
Somebody says here, don't get me wrong, looking at pics is great, but what's next? just hang out. You'll see what's next.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to get better. Wow, look at those right angles.
What's next? So fun. You want us to build a volcano right in front of you? This is what... Come on.
Again, that wall there too. You could see it.
Yeah. So this was my pictures of a ape cave. If anybody wants to go look at it and go explore it, it's called Ape Cave, and it's probably in Washington State, I guess, because this is where Mount St. Helens is. No, Jen? You know.
I was just reading the chat. Hey, Fervent Heat, what's up? Holistic Media's here. What's up? Welcome.
Yeah.
All right, we got 91 people here. All right, guys, I'm going to get into a screen share. I'm going to show you some of the evidences I have for these supposed volcanoes being buildings. And then we're going to get into how they're destroying these buildings to further the lie of his story. Let's go over here. So this is, I'm going to make it bigger here. Hold on, let me zoom in a little. So I'll be stopping along the way. This is a hike up to Mauna Loa. You can see it here, day hike, Mauna Loa Volcano Summit. You see a lot of interesting stuff on this hike up here that I want to go over. Mauna Loa, if you don't know, is in Hawaii. And this is an active, what they say is an active volcano. There's a lot of structure up here. And we're going to check it out. So I'm going to pause it right back there for a second. Let's just go back a tiny bit. I went really quick, that picture. On this little cone right here, you can see a lot of red coming out of it, a lot of iron. Just pointing that out real quick. Right here, you can see the red. Okay, here we have some stacked rocks is what they're telling us. These are windbreakers or marking what they call lava tubes. So we're going to get more into these stacked rocks with their right angles that you see everywhere that people just love to stack on the way up here. Just pointing those out real quick. Let's move on. Here they are. Here's a close-up view of them. Very bricky looking. And they supposedly used whatever was laying around on the ground. Apparently there's a lot of melted bricks laying around for them to stack these rocks. Did somebody stack these? I don't know for sure. But I can tell you one thing. It looks part of a melted structure of some sort. But we're going to move on. Let's pause it right here. This is a good part here. Here you can see melted brick right along here. You can see what looks like right here, a brick. Right here in the front, another brick. And you can see all the red as well, especially going through here. Let's pause it right here. Again, this is a little wider shot here. You can see the melted brick along here and all through here as well. And also back in here, it looks like there's another wall, stacked brick line right here. Let's continue. All right, let's pause it right here. Here you can see brick lines with mortar still in it. You can see the mortar there. Like Chapu says, parts of the stuff falls off, exposing the brick underneath that has not quite melted away yet. Boom, baby, there's mortar lines, bricks and mortar lines right there. This is a melted structure. This is not a volcano. And of course, up here, you can see what they're going to probably tell you is some kind of windbreaker wall thing right here. But clearly, this is a wall. This is a melted wall right here. But for me, most compelling is this mortar and brick right here that it looks like a piece fell off and was exposing what was underneath of it, kind of like what we see in the Russian fort thing with the napalm. And there's lots of right angles all over here as well. So let's continue. All right, we'll pause it right here. Here they have more stacked brick. I think this is just parts of the building that haven't melted away, or they stacked it. I really don't know. But what's all this over here? More structure, more walls. They want you to think that these are for people coming up to observe the volcano. And they create these little half moon cave system things up here so they could safely watch whatever's going on. But we're not even at the summit yet, so I don't know what they're watching from here. That's structure. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here's more of that structure coming through here as it moves along. You're going to see closer. Let me stop right here. Here's a closer shot of this, what remains of this structure here, this melted building. Mauna Loa is a melted building, and they've covered it up by making this thing look like it's active and get the flows to go down over all this stuff. You can see brick lines everywhere. Okay, here we go. We're going to get another angle to that. Okay, let's pause it right here. Now this looks, they call this a splatter cone. Let me go back a little bit. I don't know what just happened here. Hold on. Hang on a second. Let me scroll out of here a little bit because we just messed up. I don't know where I just went on this thing here. Where was I? I was up here with the splatter cone. All right, let me go forward from here, guys. I don't know what happened on that one, why it went back. Okay, we'll pause it right here. So before this picture, you just saw the stacked bricks. They say they stack these bricks, right? But I'm not buying it. I think these are parts of the building that haven't melted down as bad as this part of the melted building. See here, all that stuff that would have been stacked up, they call it a splatter cone, as this is some kind of natural feature from the volcano erupting. It's called a splatter cone, but it's just more melted than the stacked brick you just saw right here in this picture. Bring it up here, right here, boom. If this melted down more, they would call this a splatter cone, but they're not. They're saying this is a stacked windbreaker, but this is a splatter cone. And so is this one as well. Let's pause it right here. They're saying that this is also a splatter cone, which just looks like another windbreaker that's melted down. But I'm telling you that this is structure because Mauna Loa itself was a structure. It was some type of tower. You could see right angles in here and what looks like melted brick. All right, we're going to continue. All right, we'll pause it right there. You get a little bit better idea of what the splatter cone supposedly looks like. There's their USGS geology thing there in the ground, just like the other volcano. Let's pause it right here. This looks like some structure right here. I can't be 100% sure, but I'm just telling you how I feel about it. This looks like structure right here. More structure here that's melted. Let me go back a tiny bit, tiny bit. All right, let's play it. Oh, what the heck is this thing doing to me now? Oh, did you see this? Look what just happened. Can you believe it? Well, we'll see what happens. Some reason they don't want me playing that. Because that didn't happen earlier on the preview when I was testing all this stuff out. I'm backstage. Okay, Steve's backstage. Let me let him in, and I'll try to figure out this anomaly here that's going on. Where is he? Steve, where are you at? There you are. I see you.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Let me see if I can get him to come in here. My stuff's freezing up, so just give me a second, guys. I got so many tabs open.
You was on. He was on.
I know. It just wasn't doing anything on my end, so I couldn't tell.
Steve?
Hello?
Is he there now? Oh, there he is. Okay, Steve.
Are you guys there?
All right, I'm going to leave it alone now and not touch anything. Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me? Because I'm not on my laptop. I'm on my phone. I don't know if there's a...
I
can't hear me.
I hear you.
Can anyone hear me?
Okay, hang on a sec.
No one can hear me?
Yes, Steve.
You want me to leave and come back?
It's so weird because on my end, everything's lagging backstage. Like just now, it's starting to bring me and you up. But Steve's not on there for me. I don't know why.
No, everything's fine for me.
I'll
there
leave. I'll leave
just
and come
popped
back.
in right now on my end. See, I don't understand. I'm the one controlling the live stream. Why is it lagging on my backstage part? But you guys can see everything that's going on.
Maybe it's...
Anyway, Steve, are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Steve. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Shapu.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Hey.
Can you hear me, Jen? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a little bit lagging.
Well, Steve, I was in the middle of a screen share and everything just went sideways on my end, and I got 90 people here. Guys, please bear with me. I'm not sure what's taking place, but when I get hit hard, it's usually because I'm nailing the truth and they don't want it. They don't want it out there, but we're going to mutter our way through this thing. So how you doing, Steve?
I'm doing pretty well. How about, how are you doing?
Doing good. I'm just breaking down volcanoes and possibly, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Maybe there's a
little delay, but I don't know what that's about.
It's strange. We usually don't have these issues. So I was looking at Mauna Loa, but everything went sideways for me on this. So I'm going to close that one out. I'm not even going to worry about Mauna Loa right now. Just get rid of that tab. So you guys have seen my videos on Mauna Loa. The whole way up there is structure. They come upon a thing called Jagger Cave up there that they say somebody built a long time ago in the 1800s to view the volcano going off and stuff. But it's clearly got melted steps going down into it. Yes, there's steps, guys. Melted steps going down into it, and melted brick all around it that forms this supposed open air cave. And then there's like a 15-foot, what they call a windbreaker at the very top of this cave as you walk up to it. It looks like a massive chimney of some sort with right angles all over it. Now, who's climbing up there 14, 15 feet, person on top of a person on top of a person's shoulders to stack these bricks? I don't fucking think so. It's just ridiculous. But we're going to get into another screen share. Hope everything works out. That Mauna Loa video is a personal footage that somebody took on their personal hike up there. And I like to look at those ones because you see way more on those than you do on mainstream sites about whatever it is you're looking at. But let me see here if I can get back into a screen share. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. So this is the Icelandic. Okay, this is the Icelandic volcano. I usually take you guys into the interior of this volcano with a video that I like to show. But I'm not going to risk playing that video now. I'm just going to show you pictures of the interior of this Icelandic volcano. There's a lot going on the hike up to this volcano, or what they call a volcano. If you look at personal footage of people hiking up to the volcano before they actually go in, you're going to see a lot of right angles and structure along the way. But I don't have time to show you that here tonight, but this is the interior of it, and we're going to take a look at some of this stuff here because there's some interesting pictures here, especially this one here. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay, so
wow.
Like I said, this is the Icelandic volcano. I'm going to show you as soon as the picture loads all the way and clears. I'm going to zoom in on it here. All right, here we go. Guys, look at the ceiling on this. Look.
Wow.
Look at that brick, guys. This is on the ceiling of the cave inside the volcano. Now, we know inside these buildings, they had arch ceilings that are made of brick. You've seen it in star forts and everywhere else we go. That's brick. These are not sedimentary layers. You can even see some lines in here in this blue that look like mortar lines that are still there. But guys, look at these rows of brick right here. You also see this going through Vesuvius as well. And I just absolutely love this picture. Now, if we compare this to the brick over here in the Russian fort that had the napalm accident with the melted brick, as you can see here, we're in that one right here where the brick actually melted and is hanging down off the ceiling. Here you can see what looks like what's beginning to come popcorn brick, where it kind of looks like popcorn and is popping out a little bit. But you can still see the parallel lines running there, even though they're getting warped and out of shape and cooked out. Go back over here inside the volcano, and what do we see here? Brick. I mean, that's fucking brick all day long. All right, let's look at this.
It's incredible. We see brick everywhere. I'm starting to think that like brick is just like the inner shell of like everything, you know? Like what we're seeing as like the remains of the brick building is merely just a shell of what they were, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they
here you
build
can see
all
right angles all over. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said they build all these structures with the bases of the brick. This is what they use. So yes.
Yeah, everything was brick. It makes sense. Brick's a supercapacitor. It stores energy. This is another wall inside the Icelandic volcano, the one wall that we saw behind the two guys that originally went down in my video when I covered this. And we had all agreed, everybody who saw this wall, that this was a brick wall. Right here. You can see the lines, the layers, the patterns. And look, it looks very much like this. Looks very much like that on the wall.
Yeah.
So let me go back over here. You can see it all through here and stuff, all this. Even over here, you can start to see, you can still see the parallel lines in some parts here, even up here. It doesn't look like lava or whatever they say flowed through this thing. It's just a melted building is all it is. There's a couple other pictures here I wanted to look at. Let's look at this one. That one or this one? I think this one here. All right, let's take a look at this. Let me zoom in on it. All right, I want you guys to focus on this right here. What I'm looking at, this is still inside the Icelandic volcano. Let's look at this, compare it. You see the same features going on as that wall there.
How do they get away with calling that a volcano?
I do not know.
It's like a volcano.
I do not know. A volcano, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A volcano. Yes, exactly. Yes. All right. So, okay. So now let me see here. What was the other one I wanted to look at? There's so many to look at here. I think this one here is a good one. Okay. Yeah, this is good. All right. So in the video, I had pointed out when these guys were heading up and down on this lift that you could see right here these heat striations. See how they're paralleling each other? They look like some kind of pickaxe marks. They're not pickaxe marks. This parallel running lines right here look just like this over here that you see here running parallel with each other here. And you also see them go vertical in one of these pictures down here. Here they are here. I'll zoom in. See them right here?
Yeah.
On this wall? Let's go back over here.
Oh, yeah.
See them right here on this wall? I can't zoom in anymore. There you go. There we go. You can see them right there. Besides all the brick that's around it, of course, but you can see it right there as well. Let me go back over here. Boom, baby. So it's really important for me to do these comparison pictures tonight, so everybody gets what we're saying and understands at least where we're coming from with this. Because I know every show that I do, there's new people to the channel. and they have questions, and I welcome questions, and I get that people aren't there yet with some things, and that's okay too. That's not the greatest picture. It's got some words on it. Let's go back over here to this one. And they can't really wrap their heads around the fact that these are massive structures, mostly made of brick. And again, this is just a perfect picture for an example of what we're talking about here, that this is a melted brick building, and you can see the bricks in here. You see this all day long in the Grand Canyon too, all day long. Okay, so from here, I want to go over to, let me see what I have here. Okay, so there was, all right, go over here. Okay, we're going to hold off on that for just a minute.
What I found funny is that with all these mines and all these caves, and nobody ever punched a wall and lava flowed out. You know, there's no lava flow anywhere unless someone makes it appear.
You know what I think is interesting too is that how they just stop. You know, it's like and there's no more, like the lava just stopped flowing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here we have 1944 Mount Vesuvius eruption. I don't think it was erupting. I think they set this thing off to make it look like it's actually what they're calling these things now, volcano. You could see here is one of our planes. You could see the star on it. This is the Allied forces. They're flying around before because they were already there. This is wartime. They used these wars to hide a lot of this stuff and drop bombs on stuff and everything. We already know that. That's a fact, right? So here's our plane flying around the volcano before, during, and after. There's pictures of it afterwards as well. They come back even a year later and fly around this thing. But look at this. I found this anomalous. What's this going up here to Vesuvius? Do you see this straight line here that's running all the way up this thing? Is this the lift system? What's this right up here? I have no idea what this is, but this is very anomalous right here. This could be that lift system where they're utilizing some of the buildings that were still up here to carry people up. I didn't notice that when I first looked at these pictures, but then I saw it there, so I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, let me make this picture big. Okay, here we go. Allied planes flying over Mount Vesuvius, 1944. So here you can see the wing of the plane and the volcano going off. There's something weird here in this picture. I know there's smoke right here, but it also looks like there may be some kind of a structure right here. I'm not sure, because there's something I'm going to show you in this other picture that caught my eye that I don't understand what it is, but we'll take a look at it here. Okay, so here it's the same time. Vesuvius is going off. It's 1944. Let me go to the top of the page here so you can see that this is what we're looking at. Okay, 1943, blah, blah, blah. 79 AD. This is when they say it went off last. Of course, they don't add in any of the other eruptions. Okay, you see? They just go talking about blah, 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 1944. And then we got this picture down here. And I've looked at this picture before. It's the plane that's covered with ash. It's one of the Allied planes, which are our planes. You can see the star on it right here. But let's look at Vesuvius a little closer. What is this right angle right here? I mean, I don't know. Could it be smoke billowing right there? But it looks like there's another straight angle right here as well. I'm just saying. It's very strange looking. It looks like top of something. You know what I mean? You see that?
It's like going outwards. It's like almost a right angle.
It's structural, though. It's structural, though. It's not like the rest of the cloud formation up here that's all, you know, wavy and stuff. This looks... I don't know. I just never noticed it before when I looked at these pictures, and then today it stood out to me. So I'm just pointing out an observation that I've made in this particular photo. That is very, very strange. I just don't know what this is and why it looks consistent in height over to here, like it goes straight over and drops down again here. Could this be part of the tower that was originally there? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Go over to this picture real quick. Okay, so here is a depiction of Vesuvius. This is supposed to be 1855. It says it right here in the corner. You can see it, 1855 Vesuvius eruption. But when we scroll into this picture, now I know it's a depiction. I get that. But look, what is this thing? up here that has right angles. Do you see this? Right?
Very suspect.
What is that? It looks like a building. Okay. It looks like a fucking building. Now, I've shown buildings up on this thing, things that got destroyed during the 1944 supposed eruption, which I don't think it was erupting. I think they bombed this thing and figured out a way to set it off to further hide more stuff that was up here that they would not be able to explain later on down the road, and to keep the volcanic lie alive. So if we go over here to this site, which is the transport of Vesuvius funicular cars, we have depictions of people going up here to Vesuvius. And this one is from 1854, where you can see people climbing up to this thing, clamoring to get up here, carried up on sedan chairs. Pregnant women can be pulled and pushed up with ropes to get up here, because I don't know why an 8-month, 9-month pregnant lady would want to hike her ass up to the top of a volcano that is supposedly active. Just saying, unless there was something else to see up here. Okay, these guys are just hanging out like ain't nothing going on, you know. And you got another lady over here getting pulled up by ropes as well. But this pregnant lady in the front here is just ridiculous. All right, so if we move down here, we have another depiction of people doing whatever they can to climb up Vesuvius to see whatever the heck's going on up there. And I don't think it's to see an eruption, guys. I think it's to see whatever kind of structure was still up there and left over from the X Factor event, 1858. Here's another one, again, with this very strange rectangular squarish thing at the very top here. It actually looks like a doorway of some sort that this guy is either walking into or coming out of, because it looks like there's steps here. I'm going to zoom in. So this structure here, right here, looks a lot like this structure here that I just showed in this depiction, where it's very squared off-ish looking. You see it right here? And I don't even know what's continuing on down right here, but I'm just saying, look at this. Okay, and then you go over here and look at this. Do you see this square? It looks like a brick line right here. It looks like that this may even be a right angle to a house over here. If you look at this angle that comes up and kind of goes down
I was
right
going to
here.
say, yeah, it looks like a peak. Yeah.
Like a frame,
The
okay?
peak of the
This
house
looks
where
like
the front door would be.
Right, right. And this looks like little steps that he's going up here. I'm just saying, guys, I'm just showing you what I see. Very anomalous stuff. That was 1880. Okay, no, this one below, it's 1880, I think. Oh, this is 1904. This is the lady getting carried up on a sedan chair to still go up and see. Now, this is pre-1944. This is 1904. Okay? And there's still stuff up there to see. People are getting carried up by chairs to go see what's going on before they put the funicular car system in. Here's where they supposedly were getting ready to put the car system in and had plans drawn up, and this is what they wanted to do. They wanted a train system that was going to carry people up there. Now, you can see here in the depiction, you have the mid-level stations right here, which I am proposing are buildings that were already up here, just like the Tower of Vesuvius. On the way up to the Tower of Babel, you see roads and houses along the way up to the Tower of Babel. Their rail system for the cars were going to go right into a tunnel that led right into Vesuvius. You can see it right here, right into the volcano, or what they're calling a volcano. And here's what it looked like, guys. It went right into it. Do you see it?
Wow.
And then also there on the top of this drawing, there's another square little structure up here as well, just like I showed you back here on this one.
You know what's funny? You can kind of tell that whole structure
right
is just like leaning to the left. Like the right-hand side is just all leaned over in the middle there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And then here's where the car system was going to pull into the interior of the volcano, and they got it all bricked and stuff like this. This is supposed to be the sketches for the project for the railway. Now here is showing depictions of the lower stations. Clearly you can see that these are newer buildings. These are not old world buildings like we're used to seeing. Looks nothing like burnt out brick or nothing. This is clearly new construction. And I have photos of these said buildings that are not just depictions. This is what their rail system looked like that took people up, the mechanisms that they were using to get people up there. This is what the cable car system looked like, how it ran, 1880. This is another depiction of what it looked like. People all lining up, can't wait to get up to Vesuvius, and they have it depicted with smoke billowing out of it because you want to run up there to an active volcano and see whatever's going on, right? Okay, so let's go down a little further. This is all leading somewhere. What's that?
I said it was all an electric trolley too. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, here's that rail system on the side of Vesuvius. You can see the newer construction here with the white buildings. Let me go over to this other picture that I had up earlier, where I was saying you could see something coming down the side of it. Okay, so let's zoom in here. Is this? I don't know. I don't know if they're the same thing. It slopes down a whole lot right here, like it goes straight down. You know what I mean? I can't really tell at this part, but this looks like the car system. This looks like a building right here, and then there's one right here. So let's go back over here. Oh, shit, wrong one. That could be it. I don't know for sure. Okay, so anyway, with this picture here, just like in the depiction earlier, you could see the new construction buildings. The earlier depiction was looking down the side of the said volcano to these structures, and here you're actually seeing the structures. But these structures seem to be sitting on some type of, now this is not the greatest picture for this, but there's a wall right here, an old burnt out brick wall that they're using this as a foundation to set all this stuff up on. So I find that interesting. Here in the front, you can see what looks like a melted over, slumped over brick wall right here. You can kind of make out the brick line pattern in here. Also in here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little bit clearer picture. Again, it's the rail system running up the side of Vesuvius. None of this stuff is there anymore, guys. After the 44 bombing, because I'm not going to call it an eruption anymore, all this stuff was gone, all taken out. Okay, so let's go down here a little bit more. We zoom in again on this. Okay, so you can see that these newer buildings are sitting on some type of foundation. It was already here. You can see what looks like a wall under here, under this building. Let me slide over this way a little. I know this picture's a little grainy, but there's a wall right here. There's another wall coming up this way, and one that seems to go over this way as well. I think that this is just more structure that was already there. Here's another better, even closer picture of these walls that I'm talking about. Here you can see that same burnt out brick wall right here. You can see remnants of one going across here as well, over this way on the back side of this newer construction. And up here where the main building is sitting, you can see that it's sitting on some type of old foundational rock that they've painted over and made white. Here you can see a section of it exposed. This is just a melted brick wall that they've tidied up and probably spray painted over. That's 1890.
Yeah, the same structures on Mount Fuji.
Oh, I can't wait to see that too. Yeah. That's their car system. And I know a lot of people have seen this already, but we're going to go over it anyway because there are new people here. And to better understand where we're going with all this thing, you need to understand that these are not volcanoes. These are not volcanoes, guys. They're telling us these are volcanoes to hide the fact that these are actually massive towers. Now, here's one of the mid-level stations. Let me see if this the thing underneath of it. Station Superior here. So that means we're getting up further. And this is clearly new construction. They've used the rock around the area here to help prop up their new construction. You could see it here. But look at all the right angles in this stuff. Even up here you could see. So, but clearly, again, I'm just pointing out that this is new construction along the way. You're seeing new construction. And we get down here to this picture. This is, let's see. Doesn't say what part. I think we're on the lower station here because I mean you're either a mid or lower station. Let's look at the ground first. The ground's all cooked out just like the streets of Pompeii. This is what I'll even show you right here. Here's Pompeii. It'll load for me. Okay, Pompeii. You see these streets? See how they're all cooked out? This was brick. See how it's all wavy and melted into each other and stuff? That's because that's what happens when it melts. Okay? So let's go back over here to where we just were on this page. You can see the streets here, this pavement. Also, now this is supposed to be new construction, guys. This is supposed to be new construction. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit on this. Let me get my thing to work here. There we go. All right, so you have this wall here with the plaster falling off, this janky wall that's melted. Clearly, it's been X-factored. You can see it. Nobody built the wall like this. It's new construction, but their plaster's falling off. I don't know how that's happening. Just saying. But this is their narrative. More about the cars going up there, but I got better pictures down here coming up, so I have to keep going. Keep going. And see this building here? I want you to pay attention to this building because this looks a lot like what we're going to see up on Vesuvius. And this is a pre-X Factor building right here. All right, let's go down here a little bit more. Whoop. That's just another angle to the road up there and stuff. Depiction of going up there. Okay, here we go. So this is at the upper level here. The first station at Vesuvius Inferior joined with the funicular cars. So you would take this trolley system up. Okay, does this look like new construction to you? Does that look new to you? Doesn't look new to me. That looks like some cooked out janky rock that's been X-factored. Not to mention the people in the doorways are really small. Because here's the guy right here, and here's the top of the doorway.
Even for horses and saddles, that's still 10, 15 feet too high, the main saddle, the main door.
Yeah,
Incredible.
They just threw some tracks in. They just threw some tracks in. You got tourism. You got something popping up out here, out of the ground up here. There's a straight wall that leads over to this building right here. And then there's also another thing popping out right here on the other side of it. So, you know, I mean, looking at these buildings, I mean, seeing these rock structures here and everything, this definitely looks X-factored to me. There's no question. I was looking for proof of something being up here prior to the 1944 eruption. I found this site and I found these buildings. These buildings do not exist today. After 1944, they were gone. And that's exactly how they wanted it, I feel. Because this is stuff that was up there already. Because Vesuvius is not a volcano. It was a building. So after they bombed it, this is some of the pictures that were taken. This was what was still exposed and sticking out after they bombed it. So here's what it looked like prior. And this is supposed to be after the eruption / bombing. All right, so I think that might be it for these pictures here. It just shows the lift system on this and stuff. But if I go over to this side here, you'll see these other pictures that go right along with the ones that I just showed you. Let me go down here a little bit. Okay, so here we go. I'll make these bigger. Jeez. They're only going to go that big for me. All right, fuck it. Let me exit that out. So I showed you this building, which I told you that I feel is an X-Factor building. This is on a lower level. This does not look like new construction like the stuff you saw down at the bottom. This building is not new construction as far as I'm concerned. Judging from the rocks, I mean, the melted bricks that make up this building, this looks completely X-Factor to me. So that's not new construction. Here you have at the top of Vesuvius, the rest of the way up, you have another building here that is completely X-factored as well. You got the plaster coming off the side here. You got missing bricks over here and stuff. So I'm showing you more evidence. And then there's this, which looks a lot like the building we saw down where the trolley car system starts at the bottom. I showed you in town there. I said it looks like a pre-X-factor building that was still able to be utilized. This is not new construction, guys. You would not even build something like this up here on the side of an active volcano. This is clearly leftover X-factored stuff that they were trying to get rid of in 1944. They probably knew the technologies were going to be coming out in the future, and they needed to cover up as much stuff as they could with this war in 1944, and they bombed a lot of shit in 1944, Vesuvius included. So what other volcanoes were we thinking were melted buildings as well? Well, you got Agashima here, this island in Japan that I've done a live stream on that looks, and I'm using it as my thumbnail tonight on this video, that looks very much like a melted building and has structure all over it. So here you can see there's some type of structure in the middle here that seems to hold some of its form. Now, the official narrative on this is that these are berms that they put in on the side of this crater to grow flowers. Yet in every photo that you see of Yogashima, there's never any flowers growing on it. There's just vegetation like everywhere else, because brick is very porous and it's rich in the iron, and vegetation loves to grow over this stuff. This, just like Vesuvius, looks like it had it was a massive tower that has collapsed down into its own footprint upon meltification during the X Factor event. Very suspicious anomalies going on with this whole thing. There's known to be, and there's a historical narrative that there was a civilization that lived down inside the inner crater here. Why would you build a whole civilization like a structure? Because when they go down into the trails, into the center of this thing, and there's only 1 or 2 people that still go down in here on this island, they'll show you all the supposed ancient structures and buildings that are in here. So there's that one. And then let me see over here. What did I have lined up here? Oh, okay, that's that video. I forgot to play that. But if we go back over here to Pompeii, the whole reason that I got onto Vesuvius to begin with was because of Pompeii. I started looking at the melted bricks and what they tell us happened to Pompeii. And of course, it's all because of Vesuvius, the destruction of Pompeii. So Pompeii led me to Vesuvius. But what's interesting about this whole story and this whole journey that I've taken is back in 2005, when I woke up to the truth and started learning about 9/11, it was actually Volcanoes that got me to the video that led me on my journey. And that was 9/11 Mysteries. The reason 9/11 Mysteries came up in my search bar on the side as a suggestion was because one of the tag words were pyroclastic flow. And they likened a pyroclastic flow of a volcano to the same thing that took place on that day in New York on September 11th. So I've seemed to have come full circle with volcanoes, because here I find myself back at volcanoes, starting to realize they're not what they told us. And there was a major meltdown that took place in the not so distant past that seemed to have melted a lot of stuff, including Pompeii. Here you can see the streets are melted. The heat comes up from the bottom. So the street is the lowest point, and the street is going to get it the worst. And then the heat moves up these structures and stuff. They did not build their buildings with janky rock and then put brick in between and then some more janky rock on top. This is what happens when you have heat damage. Now, why this row of bricks in the middle here did not get hit with the heat as bad as down here did going across here, I can't really answer those questions. But clearly this was all brick, as you will see in the other pictures of Pompeii, that everything was brick. So that stands the reason that that whole wall that you just saw was even brick, and it's gotten heat damage on it to form these. Now they look like some kind of weird stones, like they just put stones up in the wall and stuff. Here in Pompeii, you can see their columns even have plaster over them, and they have rounded brick underneath of them to form their columns.
Yeah.
Oops. Let me slide up here. You can see the plasters melting off, the plaster covering or whatever kind of cement covering they put over this thing to make it look like it's one solid column. They're not. They're brick. Let me see here.
Steve was saying, everything, the base structure is brick, but you can cover it with anything you want.
That's right. And they did. They had facades and whitewashing over this stuff. Pompeii still has some of it on a lot of their things. So let's get this one to load up here. Let's figure out what's going here, because clearly we have columns in the middle of the street, right? What are columns doing in the middle of this street? I have no idea. I don't know what their street system was like, but what I'm saying is that the bottom. Okay, so what it actually looks like is the street starts right here, and this side of the street had columns going down it, which most likely means there was roofs that came out that covered this side of the street. You can see that they're rounded brick. You can see that they're all damaged and destroyed, right? Maybe they cleaned all that mess up and stuff and just left these here. They would have had facades over them to look like they were columns. On this side of the street, you can still see some of the plaster on the walls. You can also see that the brick is extremely damaged and just looks like some kind of stone now. But this was all red brick under these facades. Here you can still see some of the facade on the building right here. And they had different color facades and stuff. Also, I'd like to point out right here, this rough looking stone right here, this is all brick as well. This is just all heat damage. They didn't brick here and brick up here perfect and over here in these columns perfect and put janky rock in over here. If anybody can't see that that's not the way things were, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. Let me go to this picture right here. Or, excuse me, this one right here. It'll click for me. Trying to get this one picture to come up. Okay, here's an example. Now this is, oh, I didn't want to go to that one. Hold on. I'm not even going to get into those fake castings and stuff. Again, this was a brick road. Some places they call them cobblestones. You can see that it's melted. Okay, brick, when it melts and it's under extreme heat and it's compacted like this, it's going to bubble out like a marshmallow, okay, and melt into the brick next to it. You can see how they're melted. I don't see how you can't see they're melted. And again, you can see all of their structures had some kind of whitewashing over it with brick. And the brick has been destroyed from heat damage. Heat that clearly must have came up from the bottom. Melted the sidewalks, the pavement, everything. Cooked it all out. Here, let's talk about the cart ruts for a second. They call these cart ruts. They're saying people were, you know, using this street so often that it made a cart rut into the this rock here. Well, why? If that's the case, we should see cart ruts all over Philadelphia and Old City where there's still brick roads. We should see them all over the place, but we don't. The reason we don't is because I can tell you that this place was melting down. There was an extreme heat event. And when people were trying to escape to other locations, whatever carts they were pulling through here were making impressions into this stuff because it was already heated and starting to melt. You see what I'm saying? Just like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
This is melted. The sidewalks are melted. The sidewalk border is melted. It's all melted. All right. So let me see from here. Where did I want to go? Okay. Let me go back over here real quick.
You know, they built it straight for sure because with those wooden wheels, the wheel makers would make a fortune because if they weren't straight, the wheel would break every day. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, look, if it's cobblestones, right? Now, here's another example of these heat striations right here, guys, that I was showing you. The brick starts running down, lines start going vertical, parallel, vertical, and they would call these pickaxe marks in a cave if they want you to think that it's man-made. But I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. What did you just say, Shapoo? Repeat your stuff so I know what I was thinking.
I was just talking about the
cart ruts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So cobblestone roads. Would you really want your cart going down a bumpy cobblestone road? No. But everywhere else, in a lot of places, the heat didn't attack the streets, and a lot of things are still intact, and you can see perfect brick roads. We've even seen Steve and I and Ceiling Fan Man in Spartanburg paved over brick, whole brick parking lot. It could have been a top of a building for all we know. Remember that, Steve?
That was ridiculous. That was so ridiculous. I'll never forget that. And just the whole atmosphere and vibe of Spartanburg was just old world as could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Spartanburg. It was a lot of fun there. So we're going to get into the meat of what we're talking about tonight, guys. We showed you all the evidences that we have to show that these structures are not volcanoes. They're most likely old world buildings. From what time period? I don't know. From what X Factor event? I don't know. But clearly they want to keep the illusion alive that, there's natural tectonic and thermodynamic things going on here that only their geologists and volcanologists can explain away. But yet we're finding brick walls and structure everywhere. I've proved it over and over again. And now we're going to explain to you how they're doing this. We know the why and we know the what pretty much. But Shapoo, I'm going to let you take over because we have some stuff we're going to get into that may explain what's been going on this whole time with these supposed volcanoes.
Yeah.
Steve, I'm so grateful that you're here for this. This is going to blow your mind.
I can't wait. I really can't wait. I wish I could like screen share and whatnot. My laptop's just, I don't understand. It was weird all morning, and I'm just letting it rest for the next.
You'll have
couple
that on
hours.
those big jobs.
I guess so, man. I guess so. What you got, Shapu? You got some gravy?
Yeah, Jen found some gravy yesterday. It's from,
Okay, so all right, I'm going to pause right here for a second, Shapu. What I'm going to say is I'm giving credit to the YouTube channel Observation Deck. His link to the video that I watched is in the description below this. And if anybody wants to grab it and start dropping it in the chat for people, that's great. It's in the description box. And what he came upon, this information for me, validates everything that we're saying about these fake ass fucking volcanoes. So we're going to get into it.
She found a book. It's called Elements of Science and Art from the 1800s. And first, I was looking through it, and I found this stuff first. And they are saying here how the stones that we all know are formed. And the stones are formed by the mixture of earths. This is the pure and simple, like primitive earth, such as those above. You can see that they say that all these stones, this is what form stones, probably called. So all earth get together and mix together in nature that form the stones, exactly like when you make a brick. The same process. You just take earth and you put it together and you create brick. So bricks are actually stones. So, but this is not what we wanted to show. I just found it really interesting. I'll go to the page. Can you see it and read it, Jen and Steve?
I can see it. I can't read it though. It's small on my end.
I can blow it up. It's still set. Well, I'm at 200%, 400%.
Okay. Oh.
Is it too big?
No. It's good. I just hope I can read all this. All right. To make an artificial volcano. For this, curious elements, which I don't know what that is.
Enables us
to.
Yeah.
Okay. To assign a very probable cause for volcanoes. We are indebted to Lemurie. Mix equal parts. Here we go. Mix equal parts of pounded sulfur and iron fillings. Now we see iron, what looks like iron, red iron clay all over these volcanoes, and sulfur, just saying. So if you mix equal parts of pounded sulfur and iron filings, having formed a hole into a paste with water, bury a quantity of it. You bury a quantity of it, 40 or 50 pounds, for example, at about a depth of a foot below the surface of the earth. Now, they're only going a foot below the surface of the earth with this experiment. In 10 or 12 hours afterwards, if the weather would be warm, the earth will swell up and burst, and flames will ensue out, which will enlarge the aperture, scattering around a yellow and blackish dust. Let's scroll up a little bit more.
Wow.
It is not impossible that what is here seen in miniature takes place on a grand scale in volcanoes, as it is well known that they always furnish abundance of sulfur and also metallic substances.
Yep.
To produce artificial lightning. Now, look, I want to stress this, guys. A lot of times when they show us volcanoes going off, they have some kind of lightning going on inside them.
Yeah.
Provide a tin tube. Yeah. Can you see this, Steve, on your end? Do you want to read this part for me?
No. Where are you? Exactly.
Right here, providing a tin tube.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Provide a tin tube that is much larger on one side than the other, and in which there are several holes. Fill this tube with resin. That sounds good. Maybe not that kind of resin. Fill the tube with resin and powder, and when it is shook over the flame of the torch, it'll produce a sudden, I don't know how to say that word, that strongly represents a flash of lightning. So pretty much it produces an artificial flash of lightning. So
right.
Very interesting. This is the manner in which lightning is produced at the, theaters? Dash word? Yeah. I think that's theaters. In the theaters, it is not the flame itself that is to be seen, but the reflection only, as it happens for the most part in nature. It is in this manner that the flame bow? Yeah. The flame bow of the Furies on the stage are constructed, except that
sorry.
Here. At the end of each day, there is a match dipped in spirits of wine, by means of which it is only necessary to shake them, and they will produce sudden and very considerable flame. Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Sounds like more of a technique, than
So
they've been doing this for a while then.
Yes, they have. And they even say if you bury it and make it on a larger scale, that you're going to have the same thing on a massive scale if you do it. Now look at these volcanoes and what we're seeing today. Look at La Palma, guys.
Oh, real quick, it is also interesting. You got I got that patent for artificial rainfall methods of producing rainfall, and that goes back to 1811. The year of the suspected rediscovering of America, in my opinion. Very interesting. Yeah. It's all timelined and it's all lined up pretty well. Well, hey, I'm just gonna step away for 1 second. So give me like 2 seconds and I'll be right back.
I'm going to go back into screen share. So where can we find more evidences of them triggering and trying to set off these things to look like they are volcanoes? Well, let's go back to Mauna Loa. Okay, diversions of lava flows by aerial bombing. Lessons from Mauna Loa volcano. I've told you that Mauna Loa is not a volcano, guys. It was actually a massive structure that they have figured out ways to cover up the rest of the stuff that's up there, because the X Factor event left a lot of pockets of survival. I just showed you some of them on Mauna Loa. And if you go back and watch my Mauna Loa video, you'll see all of them. So here they're talking about what they did. It says the conduit system commonly developed fragile areas amenable to artificial disruption by explosions during typical eruptions. If these conduits can be broken or blocked, lava supply to the threatening flow fronts will be cut off. So their narrative is the reason that they bomb these things, and they seem to bomb a lot of them, not just Mauna Loa, but they bombed Mauna Loa every time that it went off, conveniently. And we're going to look down here and see the listing for all the stuff that they learned from this. So if we go to, and I'm going to drop this link so you guys can look at it yourself. 1940, new plan to stop lava flows. We have down here, what was this other one? Say, patent papers. 1885, journey to Mauna Loa. Day after Air Corps bombed Hawaii, 1959. Feasible considerations for explosive diversion of Hawaii lava flows. U.S. Army Ballistics Research Laboratories. All these things are what they've learned from all the times that they've bombed it. 1967 impact sensitivity crater tests. Eruption of Mauna Loa volcano, 1942. Report of Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, 1948.
Preparedness against 2,000 pounds of explosive.
Yeah. Here it says, look, the bombing of Mauna Loa, 1935. Do you see this? The bombing of Mauna Loa, 1935, military engineers. It even tells you the page number and everything where they talk about what they did and stuff. Expedition to lava bomb site. To the lava bomb site. So could these bombs have been packed with that kind of stuff? Could the bombs been there to set this thing off to make it look like it's erupting?
Yeah, actually bombs are made with sulfur and carbon and antimony. This is gunpowder. And the shell is metal. So you have all the components that you need to make the what they call these fake volcanoes. You have the sulfur and you have the metal, and they just bury it, drop it in the ground.
So Shapu, I want to bring up the observation deck video, and I want to start it at the time mark that I gave you in our conversation, but I don't want to bring it up on mine. I want you to screen share it and play it, because I think on my end it would probably just lag out because I have all these tabs open and stuff.
I will try to find it. I don't remember timestamp. Do you have it?
Oh, it was like 6 minutes in, I think I said, or something. You're around 6 minutes in. I'll check the You know what? I think while we get that ready, if you want, Shapu, I'm going to take a quick break. So I'm going to put a song on. And guys, you don't want to go anywhere because we're going to listen to this video. He's going to go over what we just read, but in a little bit more detail, and put his ideas onto it too as well. Now, the volcanoes originally were buildings that were melting down and they're flowing out away from themselves. Pompeii was one of those cities that got mud flooded, you might say. That melted building of Vesuvius was flowing down out over things. But the heat was coming up from the bottom. When you look at Pompeii, you can clearly tell it was part of whatever heat event was taking place that heated things up from the bottom. What you're seeing coming out the top and all this destruction is the building ash from the building melting down over itself and flowing out. All right, so I'm going to put a song on real quick, and we'll be back in a few minutes here. Just get this ready real quick here. Let me go get a drink.
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
This is a Jack Wagon free zone. It's a Jack Wagon free zone. This is a Jack Wagon free zone. Yo, welcome to the ripple effect. OGs listen while they finish this set. Star band, get that pitbull in check. Everything got dribbled and wet. People died a miserable death in the mud like a fish in the net. History ain't even correct. Free your mind from the prison they set. We're trying to get your vision correct. It's a Jack Wagon free zone. This is a Jack Wagon free zone. Boom. Boom. Bricks melt past 1080 degrees Celsius on the show with the guy they call Steve. And it's cool like the wind in the breeze. Earth melted and all the mud freeze. Ate you up like a kick in the knees. Glass streams, we hit in the trees. God bless you like when we sneeze. What's the difference between a pyramid and a conical roof? Just listen to Jen if you want to know truth. Stick around and she'll show you some proof. And everything you learn, just shout from the roof. My name is Ray, and it's me in the booth. It's a Jack Wagon free zone. This is a Jack Wagon free zone. Boom. Boom. It's another component that was on the grid system. Big brother ain't so big now, more like my kid's sister. If you ever want to show a picture, Jen, I'll sit with you. Don't make her taser happy, that taser's happy. I used to spend the days cutting class, puffing haze in my grades and crapping. In the back of the class, Ray was napping. It's a Jack Wagon free zone. This is a Jack Wagon free zone. Boom.
All right, guys, we're back. I'm going to exit out of that real quick. Because I'm here. Yo. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff we got going on here with these volcanoes. When I heard this observation deck video, I don't know where he got this information. This is really good stuff. And it validates the theory that I had that they're bombing these things or setting them off in some way. I think they're way more advanced at this point and most likely using some kind of energy weapons along with whatever these things are. You might call them volcano bombs or whatever. But really, they're just melted building bombs. They're trying to destroy whatever's still going on and whatever they can still cover up. And then also further the lie, the geological lie, the geothermic lie, the volcanic lie that they want to perpetuate onto the masses for generations to come. All right, Chapu, you ready for the screen share?
You have the timestamp? Do you remember?
I think it's right around the 6-minute mark.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, so what I'm going to need you to do is mute out on your end so there's no echo. Okay, here we go.
Adjustments it needs to make to compensate for air activities. But while we look into the frequency spectrum, we ignore other possibilities which could produce the same, if not more, devastating results. I have used 6 examples of artificial mimicking of natural disasters to ensure there is more than enough evidence to present to you this information and the idea that these methods could have been used to create localized mudfloods and seemingly targeted and can be timed to initiate down to the hour. As usual, I'll leave all the links in the descriptions below I have used, and you can dig as deep as you wish later. So let's start on the first one and look at some of the entries made in various publications over the years pertaining directly to what I see as the possibility of a method of creating mudfloods. Let's take a look at these. Okay, so let's start at the beginning of our journey. Here we are into some very old books, and we'll just go through the tags as you can see them yourself here. So the first one, the first window I've put up is a collection of pages from, and as you can see over here, it's the Elements of Science and Art, a new edition. Now, remember that title. Now, this is about the turn of the 1800s or something where I'm there. But you can quite clearly see in the index that it says how to make an artificial volcano, artificial lightning, fireworks, and so forth. So the artificial volcano, what you do is when you get to these sites is you just click the page number and scroll to wherever it is, in this case, 411. Now, the title of it, Elements of Science. So that's basically wherever I put the search term in the word artificial. So you can see here the volcano. So if I pop that in to 144, we jump straight to it. And so here's where it gets interesting, folks. It actually gives you the recipe to create an artificial volcano, which is why I put an 18+ warning on this. This is for research purpose only, so please don't go and play with this in your backyard. So this curious experiment, which enables us to assign a very probable cause for volcanoes, we are indebted to Lemery. He goes on to say, mix equal parts of pounded sulfur and iron filings, and having formed the whole into a paste with water, bury a quantity of it 40 or 50 pounds, for example, at about the depth of a foot below the surface of the earth. In 10 or 12 hours afterwards, if the weather be warm, the earth will swell up and burst, and flames will issue out, which will enlarge the aperture, scattering around a yellow and blackish dust. It is impossible that it is not impossible that what is here seen in miniature takes place on a grand scale in a volcano, as it is well known that they are always furnished in an abundance of sulfur and also metallic substances. So that's just one instances, but it gives you the ingredients there, folks. So keep that to yourself and don't be silly. Next one, very much the same thing, but here's the thing, completely different publication. A historical account of earthquakes extracted from the most authentic blah, blah, blah. Again, it's not exactly a modern book, but so here we are, page 9, to make an artificial earthquake or volcano. Again, they seem to have stuck to the same. Take 20 pounds of iron filings, so add the same amount of sulfur, mix and temper the whole together with a little water to the constituents of a pate, a paste. Then by putting it 3 or 4 feet underground, it will perfectly begin to heat, and in a few hours the earth will begin to tremble and crack, and fire and smoke will burst through. Such is the effect, even if 2 cold bodies in the cold ground, there only wants a sufficient quantity of this mixture to produce a true Etna. If it was supposed or burnt out under the sea, it would produce a water spout or water front. And if it were in the clouds, the effect would be thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. This composition is an artificial kind of pyrites, which has all the effects of the natural and which requires no more than a little moisture for it to set on fire. Moving on to the next one, folks. Again, I'm going to go for artificial and wherever it might be. So let me get rid of this. So in this one, we're on page 97, and this is the Transactions of the Royal Irish Academy, volume 21. This is about 1887, I think, chaps. Now, I know it's hard to see, so I'm going to try and see if I can. So here we are on page 97. Now, the recent improvements in the art of exploding at a given instant large masses of gunpowder at great depths under the water gives us the power of producing, in fact, an artificial earthquake at pleasure. We can command with facility a sufficient impulse to set in motion an earth wave that shall be rendered evident by suitable instruments at the distance, probably of many miles, etc., etc. So they clearly went into the dynamics of creating their own earthquakes a long time ago, chaps. And if you add the sulfur and the iron filings, but let's move on. A short time previous to the shock, the sea swells and roars, even though it be dead calm. And more examples here. As I say, there's as many as you want to find, but the last one here, the question, this is kind of like a question and answer book, an easy introduction to the arts and science, it's called. And again, at the turn of the 19th century, an artificial earthquake may be made thus, and then it gives you the same ingredients of 10 or 15 pounds of sulfur and as much of the filings of iron, and knead them with common water into a paste. This being buried in the ground will in 8 to 10 hours time burst out into flames and cause the earth to tremble all around to a considerable distance. Now, obviously, if you were to increase these quantities, then obviously the distance and devastation would be comparable. From this experiment, we have a very natural account of the fires of Mount Etna or Vesuvius and other volcanoes, they being probably set on fire at first by the mixture of such metal and sulfurous particles. So basically what they're saying way back then is not only can you make your own volcanoes, but they also know
Can we pause it right there?
Mechanics of volcanoes.
Let's pause it and let's go back a tiny bit because he just mentioned Vesuvius. Just a tiny little bit. Go back a little bit. All right, let's pay attention to what he says here.
What they're saying way back then is not only can you make your own volcanoes, but they also know the amount of the fires of Mount Etna or Vesuvius and other volcanoes, they being probably set on fire at first by the mixture of such metal and sulfurous particles.
All right, let's pause it.
Basically what they're saying way back.
So he's saying that they're saying that they've set these things off guys. Right there, right, Chipu?
Yes, that's what he said. I was muted.
No, it's okay. But yeah, that's what he said. You guys heard it. We can continue on a little bit more.
I was just...
Then is not only can you make your own volcanoes, but they also know the chemical mechanics of volcanoes and lava outpours, which is literally the mixing. They've got the mechanics, and they can transfer those mechanics simply into what we've been describing here. So let's go back to the episode, because I want to show you one more example of this chemistry at work that is much, much older. I'll see you there. Now, given the earliest entry we saw there, I would like to make a guess and say this was known long before the printed book came to the early Victorian mainstream. This information is straight out of the ancient book of the mystic arts. This is the sort of stuff Merlin would have used and bathed in the glory of being head mage at the fabled court of Arthur. More to the point, it is evident, and with this detailed knowledge, that it existed as far back as the 1700s. And
boom, baby!
Imagine the modern evolution of that technology. And keep in mind that all oil rigs are not created equal, and telemetry can be tracked and traced. And there are some pretty inventive hull designs on certain ships which allow under-the-waterline operations to take place. But apart from this, I'm sure you have already considered the basic chemistry lesson that we have all learnt here and written so long ago, and that knowledge being used in countless events which were logged as natural disasters is a very strong possibility.
Let's pause it right there.
I want us to take...
Again, he is validating everything that we've been talking about with these volcanoes, that they are not natural events, that they have us thinking are taking place, guys. And they have the concoction to make it happen. They've had it for a very long time. Very easy for them to try to convince us that this is what they are. Well, would they really go to this much trouble all around the world popping these things off? Well, let's see. They go through all the trouble every day to lie to you and tell you that space is real. They have people still thinking that the pyramids are tombs. They send space rockets up to space that doesn't exist all day long. They teach kids in their science books all about the solar system. You want to see a fake narrative? Look up Mars, look up Venus, look up Saturn, look up Jupiter. They all have their own false fake narratives. Look up space, look up the solar system, look up all this stuff that they tell us is real that isn't real. And they all have their own fake narratives behind them. So there's that. But yeah, I think we heard the gist of this pretty much. Like I said, this link to the video is in the description box below. This is amazing information that he's come upon. And to me, it is just more validation to everything that we've been bringing out on this channel. And I want to thank you, Chipu and Steve, very much for helping me over these, last couple of years with finding out all this stuff and figuring it out. Yeah.
You've been here before us.
It's been a great journey along the way.
Yeah.
It's been fun,
especially you were like the pioneer in our little group here. So, I mean, I didn't know too much about all this. Like, I had a decent idea about mud floods and whatnot, but not to the extent of what do they really imply and the significance of them. It's been awesome.
Steve, do you remember that church that you had found? And on the plaque, it showed the whole thing, but on the surface, you can only see like the top part of it or something.
Yeah.
I forget where that was, but that was epic. It was like only the top part of the church was sticking out, but the plaque itself showed like this whole other bottom level to this church that is no longer there. It's got to be underground. All right, so that's pretty much my presentation. Also, another amazing thing that we had brought out a while ago, Steve and I did a lot of videos on graveyards. And one of my live streams that got taken down on my main channel was called graveyards where Antiquitech goes to die. And we were showing a lot of the stuff that we see on top of these buildings are down in graveyards that they call monuments. They slap a plaque on it. It'll usually just say Wilson or Smith, nothing else on it, you know, massive monument columns, standing columns and stuff like that. Things that you would see in cathedrals or on cathedrals are down on the ground in cemeteries. Very techie looking stuff. That was interesting when we brought all that out. That was a lot of fun. I'd like to definitely do a new video on that sometime in the future. Maybe the three of us can get together because there's just so much stuff out there in these old graveyards, especially in Scotland, in England, Italy. Spain has some crazy graveyards and stuff. And then you start looking at the ones around the world, like in Thailand and everything. I think I showed it in one of my live streams the other day that I reposted, where you can see things on the side of the buildings in Thailand look like the same things that you see down in the graveyard, even in Thailand cemeteries. Yeah. But do either one of you want to present some more stuff? Because I'm pretty much done with everything I had up here to present so far.
No, that's I mean, I'm just on my phone. I wish I could present, but just being here has been awesome. So thanks for that.
No problem. I love having you on, Steve. I miss hanging out with you.
But I had some stuff.
I know. What
Mount
you got,
Fuji.
Shapu?
Oh, yeah. Shapu's got Fuji to look at. We're going to look at Fuji, guys. I have not looked at this supposed volcano either yet. So Mount St. Helens, we've already covered that. And Shapu, I got to tell you, you knocked it out of the park with the cave system around Mount St. Helen. That was some really, really good stuff. I love that.
Yeah, this cave was something new for me, too, because I never knew that there was that cave underneath. So...
I think underneath Vesuvius and all these other volcanoes, Etna and everything have all these cave systems under it with probably more signs of brick and stuff. They just don't let people in, or people haven't found ways in yet or anything. But yeah, we can get into a screen share for sure.
Yeah, I'll just start like by just showing you what they say about Mount Fuji, because they don't know anything for sure.
All right, here we go.
Because they say, can you see it? They recorded eruption 11,000 years ago. So they know.
Oh, that's the first recorded one. Okay.
Yeah.
11,000 years ago, somebody etched it into a wall.
Yeah, probably. And next, about 2000 to 2, you know, these dates are just crazy. It's so impossible. And they say, like, this one, the eruption was recorded and noted as ash fell in 781. What? Really? And in our time, there's never been any eruption or anything that shows that this is like a volcano or something.
Oh, look, now that we're talking about it, I guarantee you they're going to pop that thing off. Because as soon as I started bringing up this whole volcano thing, what was it, about a year ago? All of a sudden, like not even a week later, all the volcanoes that seem like around the world just start popping off.
Yeah. So this is Japan today. I don't know if you see the picture yet.
Yes, I see it.
So this is Japan today. So Mount Fuji is here, right here. I don't know if maybe I could blow it up. So
and Egashima is on the Egashima is part of the island chain there. As you can see, the island chain coming off the tip of Japan right there. Yeah, Egashima is the furthest one out on that chain. Yeah, so we're still in that location, guys. These towers were all over the world. They were most likely Tower of Babel-ish. I'm not saying they're all just like the Tower of Babel, but they seem to have been very large towers that have melted down.
I just want to show you that what Japan looks like today, because and Fuji is about here. There's a bay here, another bay here, and the third bay. There's Fuji just there.
Okay, I see it.
In the old maps, this is what Japan looks like. It's not even the same
Wow.
This is the layout.
It's a whole nother terrain.
Yeah, it's an old other terrain. But look, the first bay here, the second bay here, and the third bay. But there's no like mountain. There's only a castle.
Oh, is that the melted building, the castle?
I don't know. You don't see like this is supposed to be the biggest mountain in this depiction.
Uh-huh.
And there's no saying about Fuji anywhere. Anywhere I looked, and
And what's the date on this map?
This map, I think it's like 1500.
Okay, so that's pre-X Factor, yeah.
And you can see here there's a starport. But you can see there's a big city, one of the biggest.
And that's right where Fuji would be.
Yeah, I showed you it was in the third bay.
Uh-huh. Let's go back to that original one that you were showing. There we go.
Fuji's right here. So there's one here. There's two big bay and one peninsula.
So now Mount Fuji's right where that castle was, whatever that massive castle thing drawing was.
Wow. Bay. And I don't know it's the second bay, but this is the third one. And like I tried to find where's Fuji, and there's nothing that say Fuji or Mount Fuji.
Right.
And they say today it's the biggest mountain there. So this is the point you want to make your map on. You know, this is a point,
major landmark that you would,
major landmark that you see, and you should put it on your map. I don't know, but there's no mention of any. And the biggest mountain around is here, so this could be Fuji, but it's not the same.
It's not in the right location now.
No, it's not the right.
Wouldn't
location.
they like label it? You know?
Yeah, that's what you would think.
But there's no.
We have Mountain Gate A over here.
And I can see an older map even.
Oh, wait, go back to that picture, Shapu.
This one?
Let's zoom in on that boat right there. So it looks like it's got buildings on it. That's a pretty big boat there with some buildings on it. Just saying. Has it got an antenna sticking off of the back of it? Interesting.
Row your boat.
And here you can see Tartaria, the UP, but it's Japan. At the top of Japan.
Tartaria is up there, yeah.
It's supposed to be like America or close to like Alaska or something.
Right. Yes. What the hell's that doing there?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I got like an older map where Korea is an island.
Wow.
And look at the shape of Japan. It's not even the same shape that we see today.
That's crazy.
And again, try to find Mount Fuji, and it's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found because it doesn't exist.
Again, they show you castle, this big one.
Now, if it was recorded 11,000 years ago, right? Is that what they say? But yet it's not on the map. I mean, come on.
The map. And I got an even weirder one, Imperium of Japan, and the shape is just not even looking the same. But again, you go to the coast where the islands, there's no mention of any Mount Fuji.
There sure isn't.
That's pretty weird.
And look how massive it is.
Yeah.
And they tell us these mountains took years and millions of years to form, so they should be a staple point in every single version of history. You know?
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah. And I just showed you it was the first eruption was 11,000 years ago, they say. So
right. And where is it? Was it so bad it took it out?
Yeah. They must have rebuilt it.
World's Fair volcano time.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You see. It's what they show you today. There's nothing around it.
Wow. That was probably a massive tower.
Yeah. Giant
Wow.
castle. But as you show earlier that this is the trail to go up,
Oh, this is going to be good.
and there's like pathway already there.
Hey Jen, I'm gonna have to dip out in a couple of minutes. I do have that show with Ceiling Fan Man at the top of the hour, so just gotta get some prep done for that. But yeah, you can keep going for a little bit.
No problem. All right. Well, look at this wall.
Yeah. So you can see like these what they call like volcanic rocks that look like bricks, but these rocks, they're so flat and it looks like structural things.
Yep. I see it. Like a facading or something.
Yeah. Again.
Oh yeah, look at the red brick everywhere, all cooked out. That's cooked out red brick, guys.
This rock has a hole in it, so it was probably from a structure.
Yeah. I see it.
And you can see, look, the inside of this one is the red.
Yeah. There's just cooked brick everywhere on the ground.
This is just another picture.
Is this a cave?
No, it's just on top of it.
Oh, again. Wow.
Because most of people go there at night to see the sunrise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on this. Look at this fucking structure. Jeez. That was part of that castle. I bet that was part of that castle.
Yeah. And you can see here there's a corner.
Right angle. Yeah.
Like all the ruins I find in the woods.
Yeah.
This is just like Vesuvius. There was buildings. This whole thing was a building.
I have a video of someone I could show later. And this is the one, look, you can see an old wall there and an old structure.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I'm like fervent heat right now. I have my magnifying glass out. Look at that.
Yeah. And I can show you again the same, another angle. You can see that the wall goes all around. And
yep, this is just like Vesuvius, guys.
Look, like the square thing.
Yes, just like Vesuvius. Look at that. Boom, baby.
You can see in the caldera. I think I got some. Look again with the wall that goes in. This remain of a wall.
I see it. Yes. Dude, that's nuts. Really, really good evidence, Chapeau.
And
look at the red. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. Wow.
And you get, if you seen like the forts of Japan, how they are made, the same type of structure like this.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is such good evidence. Look at all this stuff up here.
Yeah, Mount Fuji is.
Wow, look at that. Look at the wall up there that they built the newer building on the very top. That's all structure up there, guys. Wow, Chapeau, this is really good.
Yeah, this one, there's not much in this one. But oh yeah, this the wall back there.
Yep. Yeah, there it is.
It was some kind of
structure. Look at that. You can tell it's a melted structure all day long. It's falling apart. Oh my God, this looks just like Vesuvius. I have got to get all over these pictures and do a whole new video on just this. Wow.
Wow.
This was a structural, some kind of brick. You can see a corner here.
You know what? That material there that you're pointing at looks very much like the statue that I found in Vesuvius, below the statue head, where it's nice and smooth, and it looks like there's a leg bent over on that anomalous area embedded into the wall of Vesuvius' supposed mineral layers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a view from the top. Not much here in this one.
Oh, what is that? Look at this, guys. Look at this cooked out structure that they built this new stuff on top of. Just like Vesuvius, guys. Look at that. Boom, baby.
And I will show you in the video that there's two stripe of structure. The guy walked past one, and you can see that the old one and the new one, they're totally different. Yeah.
This is incredible.
And again, just that. And this, I don't know what it is. I tried to find out.
Oh my God, dude, that looks like the berms that I just showed on my thumbnail. The comparison, remember with the other Japan volcano island, and then the Tower of Babel. If everybody looks at my thumbnail, guys, it looks just like those things up there. What are they doing over here?
But this is just steps. You know, we build like steps, like of wood, but you can see like further they go, they have like stone steps.
Wow.
You can see here this was kind of part of a structure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like this, like you see, this is what
they're trying to put steps in to go up. Yeah.
But there's some places they have stone step. Why do they just do stone steps? Like
oh my gosh. Look at all the melted red brick everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
These are great. Oh, hold on. Let me look at this again. Look at that wall. Guys, that looks like Pompeii all day long.
Yeah. All cooked.
All red. Look at all the clay, all the iron. Oh my gosh, look at that. Dude. I'm blown away.
That's crazy.
Well, we can mark Fuji off of our list.
Checkmate.
Right?
Look here.
Holy moly.
You can see like
layers.
Brick lines.
Brick lines and rock.
Wow.
Oh, look right there, though, Chaput, and right in the set, right there. You're on it right there. Look at that right angle brick right there. Look at it. Just look at it. It's right there.
The natural right angle formation.
There's no right angles in nature.
That's crazy. But hey, guys, this has been awesome. I gotta get out of here and just get ready for the show on Ceiling Fans in a little bit. But Jen, Chaput, this has been awesome. Thanks for having me. Maybe we can link it up tomorrow at some point. I don't have too much on the agenda. So if you guys want to hang out and we can, shoot the shit on this stuff. I've actually caught some, I don't know how it looks on film, but I got some very interesting thoughts upon the sun, and the whole simulator thing, and how I actually think that whatever they're putting in front of the sun may be a form of artificial intelligence, because what I saw was just I don't know, it didn't seem like it, even on a mechanical level, didn't fit the nature of regular mechanics,
Wow, that sounds really fascinating. So definitely, on your channel tomorrow. Let me know what time. I'll be there.
I got you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna log off. Like, share, and subscribe around the board, guys. This is intense information. This is big stuff.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you later.
I'll see you over there.
All right, later. Bye-bye. Chaput, I'll see you, buddy.
Yep.
Chaput, these look like some melted steps right here.
Yeah, this is what I was talking. They got steps made of stone.
They look like pretty big steps too. I mean, I know the people are lower down, but I'm just saying they look like big steps. Look at this. Look at it, guys. Yeah, zoom in on this. That's a brick fucking wall this lady's climbing up, or brick steps.
Yep.
Wow.
So they could make it, but they decide to put planks on some places, But
wow.
This is because it's older.
Yeah, that was already there, and they just put ropes up and be like, look, climb up here.
Yep. Again, an overview of this all bricks.
Oh, look at how much clay's there, the maroon and stuff.
Yep.
That's incredible.
They called it volcanic rock, but we know what it is.
Look at this.
Again.
Wow. There's like melted walls.
Yeah, everywhere. Same structure you find. I got behind here.
Look at that thing. That looks just like stuff on Vesuvius sticking out the side of it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves on this stream tonight. This is incredible stuff.
Here, the same structure.
Wow.
There's something here.
I see that. It lines up with that other one in the middle. Look, it lines up.
Yeah.
That gash there with that other gash in the wall here down lower, and then even lower, it looks like there's a tunnel or a cave.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Looks like
That's like a, yeah. Wow. Maybe that's where they buried their bomb thing to make it look like it explodes.
Yeah. 11,000 years ago.
This is crazy.
Some kind of structure. There must be a windbreaker.
Oh, yeah. Or it's a splatter cone. That's a damn splatter cone.
And again, just saying, look out there. But there's this different rock.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
But I guess for the pictures, well, we can look at there's
wow, I would love to go check this place out. There's bricks laying everywhere.
Yeah. And you can see that there are like structural stones and bricks and not just volcanic rocks.
Yeah, that looks like an, oh my God, look at that. Yeah, that looks like a road going up there, like the side of Vesuvius, like you would see on the Tower of Babel, the roads going up with the buildings on them.
Yeah.
Look at that. Guys, just look at it.
It's the square blocks.
Man, I bet there's all kinds of stuff embedded within that thing.
Oh, yeah. And you can see that they built some, look, this is probably a new part, but this.
Yeah, but it's on old structure. You can see the old structure, guys. Look at that. Look.
Made, but well made because it's all melted together.
Yeah, yeah. They just built some new stuff on the old stuff and utilized it.
But I want to show. Again, looks like melted steps.
Wow. Look at this.
The best part, it's in the video that I gonna show. It's just crazy.
Okay, keep going. I got to step away for just a second.
All right. There's some kind of structure. I'll just go through it fast. You can see that this is some part of a wall melted. Again, you can see that they built something on top of an old structure. You can see it from afar, the way it's made. And again, this is the type of rock that Mark found everywhere in kilns. Same type of bricks. It's everywhere. But there this one looks like really looks like an old wall. It was there. Melted, some melted formations. Don't know if I have this is like the more modern type that they use, I guess, because you can see the where they
wow, look at these blocks. They have mortar lines in them.
Yeah, I think they just how they broke it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Modern one, but you can see, look at the lines here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at all the red behind it, though.
Yeah.
This looks like that gray matter stuff that melted down over some of the structures in Greece. I think it's called Maya caves or Maya tombs, where it looks like it has all that gray matter stuff that melted down over it, and it looked like this. Myra. Wow, this is just crazy stuff. Look at that, guys. Look, see that wall back there? That's probably the castle that was here. Whatever was on that map that showed like some massive castle structure was this whole thing.
Yeah. I will go in the video and you will see exactly.
I can't wait to see the video. Is it personal footage?
Yes.
That's the best kind. Look at this. Look at what they built on top of this wall.
It looks like they made it because look how cheaply you just tack. And you will see the difference between the old one and the new one. The old one, you cannot put a piece of paper between the rocks. Yeah. Again, structure. Just go fast because... oh, Jen, they put a coin tree.
Oh my God! Do you remember the video I did about these wishing trees with all these coins in them?
It was crazy. This was the new one because I guess the old one was full.
Yeah, the ones that I were showing were in England and Scotland, I think.
Yep.
This is in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of them or seen them before, guys, look up wishing trees. They have coins that are melted into them, it looks like.
And this is just pictures of the Mount Fuji, what it looks like.
Look at all the red clay here, guys. This is all iron oxide, iodized, whatever they call it.
Snow because usually it's full of snow. But look how many pathways they are to go. So.
Wow. Wow. Just wow.
This is just Mount Fuji, what it looks like. This is the caldera, what they call the caldera. You can see they built something here, something here. That's modern, but there's a lot more structures everywhere around. I guess I'll go into the video.
Okay.
Which one is it? Oh, right here. Don't need the sound, but I didn't share that with sound. So the guys just start with his drone video, I guess.
Can you click on the big screen icon there at the other end? There we go.
Theater mode? No, full screen. No,
this is fine.
Yeah. But it's an hour long, but anywhere you go, you will find something.
Yeah, it's like Mauna Loa. It's just everywhere.
You can see it's really high. It's a big mountain. It's the highest mountain. But like I showed you on the map, it's nowhere to be found. So there's something wrong there.
So John says most mountains don't have any pockets of survival. If they do, they figure out a way to hide them or block them off that people can't reach them, or they try to destroy them. But if you look hard enough, you'll find little pockets of survival here and there, bricks.
Yeah, but the mountain, because if he's talking about the U.S., it's hard to find. There's no more castles. There's no more thing, but the mountain is one.
I remember Richie from Boston. Steve and I had showed this on the show. I even made it a point to show it to Steve. Richie from Boston was out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where it was, Utah or somewhere out that way. And he was in this like valley with these mountain ranges on either side of him. And he even pointed out that the top of the one mountain range looked like it was structure. He zoomed in on it, and sure enough, you could see what looked like a castle structure up there.
Yeah, that's how I started, because they called it like some cathedral mountain or some other name like this, and you see from afar that it's shaped like a castle, but you come close, it's only rock.
And the other thing that the anomaly that I covered a while ago in Japan area, it was called that they said it had castle-like structure going around the rim of it because you could see what looked like a jagged wall, but you can clearly make out that it was a wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can see that there was structure in this square plate platform.
Oh yeah.
This is the place that they built it. But you can see here these stratas, like how do you call it? These gardens, or the what they found underneath the water in Japan, just off the coast of this place. You know, these they call it like ancient quarries.
Or like terracing.
Terracing, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, like Yamaguni, what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes. You know,
yeah, that's definitely a structure.
They don't need all this just to build. You know.
It looks like Machu Picchu too, where they had the terracing.
Yeah, you can see this rock curtain.
Oh yeah, this is really good stuff.
Yeah, you can see. Where was it? There was some kind of structure you can see from afar. Oh, right there, yeah. You can see the square one right there.
Yep, I see it. That's just like what we were showing on Vesuvius, that square structure sticking out the side of it, even in the depiction.
Yeah. And you can see the same place here that was showing in the picture.
Yes, fervent heat. They sink into themselves. A lot of them melt down into their own footprint. But there's still like tunnels, caves, and caverns under there that are the interiors of the melted building, like we just showed you with what was it, Mount St. Helens, even.
Yeah, you can see here the wall that was showing in the pictures and the ancient.
Oh yeah.
What's left, what they destroyed, because you can see that there was something here before.
Oh yeah. And they just built all that stuff over there on top of that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'll go to the...
Wow, look at this, guys. Just look at it. Fervent heat. You got your magnifying glass out? I know I do. Incredible. Look at this. Wow.
What is this?
Wow, what was that?
Oh, look, this, yeah. I think you can. Oh,
what
you can clearly see that this was part of a structure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a column or something.
Yeah. That's down in the caldera.
Oh, is he zooming in on it?
No, it doesn't go closer than... Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And this is like a wall. What you can see here.
Wow. Just wow.
Look, oh, this part was good. Oh.
Oh yeah, look at that. Those guys right angles look like little windows and stuff, apertures.
Yeah, here. It's hard to see. But...
Yeah, like corridors and walkways and stuff, just like in Vesuvius.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see that was something, because this is the caldera is here, not there. And again here. And this, what we see from afar earlier.
Oh yeah.
That square platform here, this stuff here.
And that thing right there that you have your arrow on, that's what I was just looking at. Yeah, that's got a right angle in it too.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it goes in a little bit.
Nice. I love this stuff.
And you can see that when you see it from, oh, it's a building. No, that's not a building.
Sure as hell looks like a building.
Not anymore, yeah.
Yeah. There's your pocket of survival.
Okay, I'll go into the walking part. Nice place you can see.
Ray, you're a little late, buddy. You're going to have to rewind. We covered a lot of really cool stuff.
This whole wall there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow.
There's another one here that I was showing earlier.
Yep, I see it, Chapeau. Is this where they do their seismic studies?
I don't know what they are doing here, and not this stuff, but the thing behind. Some kind of a tank or something.
That's where they put their sulfur bundles down with their metal shards and blow it up.
In case they need to, yeah. Because this thing...
Mount Fuji's erupting!
You said it, you called it. So everyone, if Mount Fuji is erupting, it's Jen's fault.
So when was the last time this thing popped off?
It was December 16, 17, 7.
Okay, so clearly they're confident enough to supposedly build buildings up here that are new, right on the very rim at the very top, that this thing isn't going to pop off anytime soon.
Yeah, they know because it was the first one recorded. 11.
They should know when it's going to pop off because they make them pop off.
Oh, this part. This
yeah,
thing.
Go back a little bit. Go back just a little. We just passed one of those just a second ago, and it looked even bigger than that one.
What?
Yeah, go back a tiny bit. Yeah, a little bit back. Back more. A little bit more. A little bit more. I thought he just passed one of those ones they were bigger, like a conglomeration of stuff.
This what?
Just past this thing here. Look at this. What is this?
Oh, I don't know. Just
grave site?
Some kind of shrine. I don't know. Yeah, I think I was. I just backed up at the right place the first time. I think. No.
That's okay. I guess maybe I saw something I didn't see. I don't know.
No, I think it was the same rock that I was looking at. This one here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, it's further down there. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, look
up
at
there. Yeah, right there, Shapu. Look at that. That looks like a wall right there.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting, guys. These are buildings, melted buildings, not volcanoes.
Yeah, because the geologists will say that they know what happened 11,000 years ago. This is
tacking on thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, but they didn't discover Japan until the 1700s. So how can you know?
And Fuji ain't even on their maps.
Yeah.
Look at that, though. What is that? Wow, that right there is what I was looking at. Yeah, that's the one.
Well, advanced because you can go anywhere, you will see something. But this video is, yeah, he's got two good video, but this guy Rambalak, if you ever want to see.
What's the title of the video? Oh, it's in Chinese.
It's Fuji Sunrise from Rambalak channel, and he's got pretty good footage of everything in Japan, so a lot of places.
Yeah, Jeremy, it was intense heat. Intense X Factor heat.
Oh, he's close to the wall we just saw, Jen, on the drone footage.
Okay.
Oh, look, the windbreaker.
Of course it's a windbreaker.
Look.
It's windy up there. Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it, guys. See, that is some kind of structure.
Yeah. If Fervent is here, he's going to see an arch here.
Oh, yeah.
The lead. Another one here. There's a wall, and I don't know what this is, but there's another arch.
That's right. Geology is out the window. Meltology is in.
Yeah, Fervent. Yeah, exactly. So this is just the precursor to the buildings that I want to show. So we can go look at this one.
Okay.
Look at the structure, this big rock here.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It's gonna go. You can see how flat it was, but it still is. Like this one here.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, just wow. And you can see it went all the way over to that side, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same type.
Yeah.
Solid damage. There we go. You can see the brick still sticking on it. And you can see, look how the shadow of the Mount Fuji is. Look.
Oh, it's like a pyramid.
Looks like the Bosnian pyramid. They have made some research, and they say it's all man-made. So why
the Bosnian one, right?
Yeah, the Bosnian one.
We'll have to look at that one day for sure.
Yeah, it's the first thing I've looked at when I started my journey into the melted buildings. The Bosnian pyramid just opened my eyes, because it's reported that it's all man-made, and there's tunnels underneath all of it, bricks and roads. And so anyone who wants to go see the Bosnian pyramid. And there's no denying there, because
and look at that right there. Just look at that structure.
Oops, sorry. Right there.
Right there. Look at it. Boom, baby.
Corner.
They kind of remind me of the casing stones for the pyramid.
Yeah.
You know, those flat sided stones on the outside of the pyramid. Wow. There's your castle.
Yep, there's your castle. And probably all around it too. I don't go where.
Shit.
Yeah. What did you do?
Oh, no, I'm trying to get something ready as you're doing this.
We can see all this rock that is different, and yeah.
Oh, he's going up along this thing right here. Go back a little bit. Is he going up along that thing there? Let's just see them go up along this trail a little bit more.
So all this thing hasn't moved since 400, 500 years ago or 11,000 years ago. You know, that's what they say. It never erupted and never changed. That's what they
I wish
say.
you would just pan up that wall right there. That would be great.
Is he? I don't know if he does.
Oh, wait. What's he doing here? Keep going. Put your camera up a little.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, just keep turning your camera up. Go up. This is so cool.
What did I see? I saw a tree
What? A tree?
right here. Right here.
Is it a tree stump?
Looks like it.
Really? Well, that would prove my theory that these buildings had vegetation and trees and stuff growing through them. You would never have to go down the ground level, that they had lawns and gardens and like forests and stuff up within these buildings and the different levels of the buildings.
Oh, looks like it. A tree.
Oh, that's interesting. Could be.
Because I didn't watch it all. I just scanned through it because it's interesting, but it was 1 hour and 12 minutes, and I just listened to the first video he made, another hour, and I don't know how many hour 20 minutes the other one. I thought he had his pants down.
Oh my God. That's too funny.
And you can see this is the place that I want to show you when he goes between these buildings. You will go up there and turn around and go down. But this is the structure we saw from back there. And you see that this is probably just people just stacking stuff.
So now here we're at the very top.
I think so, yeah. Here is the very top, yeah. I'm just moving. There's not much except this ancient
wall right here. Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yep. They just put sandbags to make the steps. And steps with wood.
Wow, look at that wall right there.
Yeah. So on the top, it's gonna go down to the other side. There's blocks everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I think I saw something very suspicious. This one is.
Oh yeah, that's suspicious.
But I think it's right here. Look. Don't know if you see these brick lines.
Oh yeah, I can barely make it out, but I see it. It's got that eagle eye.
But I'll go to the. There's even a sewer. Look, you can go inside it.
Hold on a second. Don't move. I want to come back and look at it. I'm trying to pause something on this other end here. Okay, let me look. There's a sewer?
Look, manhole.
Oh, a manhole. I wonder where that goes down to.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I got something playing here. The old world must have been far beyond. Sorry about that.
All good. People are. Okay, this is the part when he comes into the other part. Look at how stacked this is. Probably
Wow.
not here, but look at this one. When you see this corner, remember?
Oh my gosh, guys, look at this stuff.
Look at these old like
castle. Like it's like a castle.
Yeah, the castle in Japan.
Or like the star forts, the corner of the star forts. Yeah.
Same thing, but look, this is what we do today. This is the old one. You cannot even put a piece of paper between these rocks.
Wow.
They're so well made.
That's original structure, guys. That's original.
Look how straight it is, and this is all made.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Thank you. Let me pan on the other one. No, I don't think so. Is it later? Oh yeah. Look how straight this one, and this is badly made.
Oh yeah, I see it back there, the rock wall. This is really good footage. This is the kind of stuff you want to look for, guys. You don't want to look for a mainstream documentary about this supposed volcano. You want to look at personal footage of people going up there where you can stop it along the way and really examine stuff.
Yeah, and you try to find the best quality. He's got like a good quality, and even
like 4K stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is like 1080 now, but you can put it in 2160, even better quality.
Wow.
Look, steps here.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Brick wall.
They're like some curved steps. Yeah, look, they're going around and down.
See here. There was a lot of structure all around this, but this thing was probably all structure like we have found over and over everywhere.
Absolutely.
Look at this part here. It's just crazy. Well, I guess we can look at. Guess that's all. We've seen what we had to see.
Oh yeah. But I think I'm going to play the video that I have, part of the documentary from When the Buildings Cried. I had a little part in that I did, where I was trying to figure out what this old world may have looked like. And I do this a lot. I try to let my imagination run wild because we really have no idea what these structures in their full form and glory must have looked like. And so I'm going to share screen. I got to mute out and I'm going to play this video. It's about 10 minutes long, guys, but it's I think it's pretty cool. I may even pause it along the way and talk, but I have to mute out to do this. So let me do that. The old world must have been far beyond anything we see today in our modern day cityscapes. The buildings were certainly massive and interconnected as well. The inhabitants of these massive buildings were much larger than us, and most likely had longer lifespans. So what did this old world look like? Let's take a moment and let our imaginations run wild. When this building started to melt, it collapsed over on its side. The mountain ranges that we see today were, at one time, in the not-so-distant past, vast cities that stretched out across the plain. What we call mountain ranges, gorges, and waterfalls are actually melted buildings. Looking at these pictures with new eyes gives us a fresh perspective. The more we find out about our past, the more we realize how deep the lie actually goes. We may never know what happened to this vast civilization. But one thing is for sure, the evidence that it did exist is all around us. The word apocalypse means the revealing. All is being revealed. A new layer of truth about our past has just been revealed to you. You will never look at the world around you the same again. All right. So there that is. I'm pretty proud of that video. I think it turned out pretty good. And I think, it's good to use our imaginations to figure out what happened, what this place may have looked like before. Somebody in here was asking who built all this. We don't know who built all this, but clearly something was going on previous to some of these X Factor events that we can't explain. And they're trying to cover it up in any way they can. Like Rome, they say Roman ruins are ancient, but I don't think they're any more ancient than a lot of the cities and towns that we have around us today, like Pompeii. Pompeii looks very similar to Old Town Philadelphia, with their little streets, little brick streets and brick pavements and brick buildings and stuff. And you find it all over the place. I can't answer who built this stuff. I wasn't there back then, but clearly it was an advanced, well-established civilization that built this stuff. And some places we may not even know where ground level actually originally was.
Yeah, nobody knows. So
yeah,
if he knows, well, it's probably wrong. And he was getting on my nerves. I was about to kick him out.
Do you have any pictures you want to show?
No, I'm all done, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get ready to close this out. I know Ceiling Fan Man and Steve are probably live already, and a lot of people are probably heading over there. If you guys tuned in late, you want to watch this from the beginning. We showed a lot of compelling evidence. I don't expect everybody to agree with everything I say, and other people may have their own take on this. We're all just trying to put this piece to the puzzle together and figure out what happened, because let me tell you guys, mainstream media, the his story textbooks, the science textbooks are not going to tell you what happened. They're going to give you their narratives and give you a perception deception from indoctrination through going to school and all these other different documentaries and all this other stuff that they want us to believe actually took place. And I'm just not buying it anymore. And one of the other things that I just recently let go of as well is the ice wall. I don't think the ice wall completely surrounds us in the manner that they're trying to present with the flat earth. I think if there is parts that are iced off, it's small sections, and they're the sections that they show us. I think there's ice-free land going around us with openings, and they just don't want anybody near that. This is why they won't let anybody pass the 60th parallel.
Yeah.
And I think we really knocked this one out of the park with all the evidence that we've shown. I mean, I don't know how you can deny it. And before we close this out, I'm going to screen share just one more time on the way out of here. Let me screen share again. Hopefully I left this one open. This tab, it's the right tab. This is going to come up for me. Okay. Yeah. I tried to drop this link in the chat, but it's too long of a link to go in. But these are, this is the Icelandic volcano, the one that they take people on the tour. And again, just on the way out of this presentation, I want to show you the melted brick up here. There's no denying that's brick. And we've looked at enough melted brick and structures that have heat damage. We know that this is brick without a doubt. And that's in what they call a dormant volcano. Just saying. All right, guys, we're not going to go out with a song or anything. Shapu, thank you so much for helping me present all this stuff. Your research with Mount St. Helens and all those pictures and Fuji was absolutely amazing. These are two supposed volcanoes that I have not tackled yet. And I'm trying to tackle a volcano every chance I get. And I think we can cross two more off of our list that they are not natural occurring natural features to this realm. These were actually buildings that have melted down during the X Factor event, and they continue the lie, the geological volcanism lie of thermodynamics and the nature that they want us to think it works in.
Yeah. With what the observation deck was showing, it's take it out of the park, man, because
they can fake volcanoes anytime they want, and they clearly have had the concoction to do it and the means and the know-how to do it for a very long time, and it clearly looks like they're still doing it. We know that they can create earthquakes. Tesla was supposedly had a a type of a weaponized free energy machine that could crack the earth in half, he even said.
Yeah, just vibration. It was
Yeah.
just a vibrating system. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they can create tsunamis as well. If they created one of these now, just recently, I forget the location, there was supposedly an underwater volcano that had gone off, and you could see all the stuff spewing up out of the water and everything. They could have they even described doing that in that text that was read from the observation deck, that they can do this underwater as well.
Yeah.
When the sea's all calm and everything, just shoot it off. It's just...
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. All right, guys. Well, make sure you sub and bell Shapu. His link is below the channel links. I have to add Steve JMO in, but if anybody's not familiar with his channel, just type in Steve JMO and he will come right up for you guys.
And I want to say to people that I won't be able to post anything soon because YouTube just gave me a strike for 3 months, so not until 26th of April. So.
And that's on one of my videos, right?
Yeah, the video we did together about the Russian crowns.
Yeah, the imperial crown of Russia. Yeah,
a lot of hidden information in this one.
Yes, and the strange thing about that is they did not give me a strike on it, but they gave him a strike on it. That's muffed up, and that's some YouTube fuckery right there.
I tried to appeal, and it didn't work. So.
All right, guys. Well, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you guys. I love Shapu, and we are out of here.
Love you guys. Thank you for being here.
Fuck the fucking fuckers.
Exactly.
Boom, baby.